Hello and good evening. Welcome to PUBG Mobile Pro League South Asia Scrims Season 3. I'm your host for today, Fixes. And we've been going through quite a show with DRS Gaming ruling the charts. And we have quite some matches packed up for you tonight as well. But before we get started with the show, allow me to introduce you to my co-analyst and my co-caster. That's gonna be Super Johnny.
Yeah, thank you for the warm welcome. And as you said, DRS Gaming yesterday had an amazing run. The consistency they showcased was pretty incredible. But it was those losses in the very second game and a few after that that sort of impacted the standings. Otherwise, they would have been way far ahead of the other racers that we have.
Absolutely. And today we will be having 3 matches of a certain group and then 2 more matches. So ACDE will be playing the first 3 matches and then we'll have a new set of teams coming in. But before that, yesterday was all about trials and errors. Whatever mistakes that you made, you have to work out. And we saw a kind of a South Asian domination yesterday. The Pakistani teams are yet to rise, and maybe tonight must be the evening that they have been looking forward to.
Well, definitely it takes a little while to get used to a new set of players that you're facing for the first time, and that is, I think, one of the reasons that we see the teams from Pakistan struggle a little bit. But there are other things that they need to get used to as well.
Yeah, certainly. They certainly have to get used to a lot of different things that we had talked about yesterday. But right now, let's take a look at what's on the line. What are these teams fighting for? The prize pool. And, well, total prize pool sums up to $4,000. The first position receiving $2,500. Second position gets $1,000. And the third position gets $500. That's quite some money. But it's not just about the money that's on the line. It's also about honing your skills and mastering them when the real league starts off.
Exactly. I mean, we were talking about getting used to the set of players, getting used to their play style, and reading their strategies, reading how they perform in team fights, how they rotate, how do the teams like to play their early game stages. Because if you're not able to do that, you're going to have a lot of trouble when the actual PMPL starts. Scrims are for practices, and you need to practice as hard as you can. You need to study as much as you can on your opponents to make sure that when you are in the actual event, there are no mistakes happening.
Yeah, absolutely. You cannot really make any more mistakes once the league starts off. But this time we have something new in the PMPL. That is our points distribution, which played a very, very instrumental role in deciding how the teams fared out in terms of positionings. But talk about the first position. They get 15 points. Second gets 12. Third gets 10. Fourth gets 8, and so on. It reduces, and 8 to 12 get that 1 point. But what's really, really disappointing for the teams that will be coming 13 to 16 is that they will be getting 0 point. But what still remains constant is that for every single kill, you have that 1 point.
And that's going to result in a really aggressive playstyle coming in from all the teams. We saw that yesterday. Apart from Vikendi, all the matches were pretty intense. The action, as soon as you saw someone, you would instantly go for that kill, because you know that kill points are going to matter for a lot if you're not finishing high enough every single game. If you're not in the top 3, then getting at least 6 to 7 kills in every single game is going to be really, really crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single kill is going to be very, very detrimental for all these squads while they are playing the matches. But right now, let's take a look at the squad list. The teams that have been formed in groups, and starting along with Group A, we have CZxHIGHVOLTAGE that were also very, very amazing. Following them up will be Stalwart Esports, FutureStation, and R3D Esports.
Yeah, that is Group A, but moving on in Group B, we have Team T2KSG, then we have PAINxELMT, INES, and Venom Legends. In Group C, also, we have 4 interesting names: Team Bablu, VTNxJyanMaara, A1 Esports, and DEADEYES Guy. And now it is time to have a look at Group D, where I guess the intensity just grows.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting things off in Group D is Abrupt Slayers, Assiduous Esports, DRS Gaming, and 24/7 Gaming. So moving forward, also towards Group E, we have 7C Esports, SCYTES, PN Crew, ElementriX. So this is one group that just played that one map yesterday. So they will be playing most of the matches in today's games that we have lined up. And starting things off in Miramar, that's going to be really, really interesting, because if you recollect that game we just casted, Captain and Chari, those two amazing lads, the way they played, the way they showcased their skills, despite the fact that VTNxJyanMaara had most of the circle, the way they entered inside and the way they got that high ground advantage, That was so beautiful. But before that, let's recap what happened yesterday. Let's take a look at the leaderboard and see how the teams had fared off after the 5 games that we had yesterday. And starting off on the first position is DRS Gaming, 71 points. That is what they had secured for themselves. Not too far behind is CZxHIGHVOLTAGE with 65 points.
I think the gap is still not big enough. Teams can still catch up. But yes, the top 3 are in a league of their own. Then Abrupt Slayers as well. A1 Esports, Bablu a little far behind. And then we have DEADEYES guy on the 7th position with 38 points. Points clashing with Stalwart Esports, who also have 38 points. But as far as skills is concerned, I think it is High Voltage who are showcasing what aggressive playstyle and aggression truly means.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the maximum number of kills out of the matches, and that is exactly what we had been harping about, me and Ocean, that you need to go for those kills, you need to commit. Well, as we move down the line, we have 24/7 Gaming with 25 points. Venom Legends there with 23 points. FutureStation with 21, and so on. But there are a few teams that really need to wake up to the senses because already 4 games have been gone. And we'll talk about Assiduous Esports. 5 games and 9 points is certainly not acceptable at this point, at this junction that you've come across. You did make your mistakes. It's forgivable. Today, try to improvise. Try to work on the mistakes that you committed yesterday and try not to do that. And maybe like I always keep suggesting, try to go in for those pushes, try to commit for those fights.
I think they need to figure out how to take fights first, because they had 5 games played and 5 kill points. That means an average of 1 kill in every single game. That's not going to do the trick unless you get that 1 kill and you get the chicken dinner as well. Yeah. If that's not 16 points with that 1 kill, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, of course. And alongside that, since these are the scrims, these are the matches where you can try out different strats. Try out your plan Bs, try out your plan C. Look what can really go wrong. But what never goes wrong is our schedule that we have lined up for you today. And we will be starting things off in Miramar. That's going to be the match number 6. Moving forward, we have Vikendi. And well, today we have 2 Vikendis, not just 1. On the 8th match, we have Erangel. Again, we go down to Miramar. So 2 Miramars and 2 Vikendis. So today, we're not getting that fast-paced action coming in from Sandhawk. And we will be ending things in the frozen tundras of Vikendi, as they definitely will be going red.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a red map indeed. But not in the early stages. Not in the early stages. It's going to be towards the end after the 26-minute mark where the fights actually start to take place. But also an interesting thing, no Sandhawk, so not any fast-paced action, but we are going to get some action indeed.
Yes, we certainly are going to get our actions packed up for you guys, as the first map of today's evening has already started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just head into it as the flight trajectory is moving all the way from El Pozo towards Tierra Bronca. So, talking about the flight path trajectory, it's kind of a northernish flight path, and teams that would love to land all the way down south are going to have a bit of a trouble finding all those vehicles. And Miramar, we have always been discussing about it. Try to predict where the circle center goes and then pick up a spot, pick up a high ridge advantage, just like what VTNxJyanMaara did yesterday, and at least survive till the final circles. At least have 4 or 5 kills from all the tippity top that you are holding from that position. Have 6-7 kills, even if you die on the 4th or 5th position. When the overall standings come out, you will find yourselves in the top 3.
You definitely need to be in the top 3. Otherwise, there's going to be some trouble. Also, as you said, yes, teams going towards the southern side, teams heading towards Los Leones, Impala, they are going to have some trouble. Vehicles are going to be really crucial. But on Miramar, you need to make sure that you are getting those smokes as well. The utility is going to be important. If you get into a team fight, if you get caught off guard, being able to survive becomes the most important thing. But right now, we do see the players from High Voltage landing on the extreme western edge of the map. Team Bablu, we know where they are going to go. They are going to go towards the location of Del Mar, DRS Gaming. They are going to drop down to Monte Nuevo, and the plane path was on the northern side of the map. The circle goes on the southern side.
Okay, the circuit, the PUBG gods have thrown a curveball right off the start, and it's going to be really, really tricky. So many teams are dropping off on the northernish areas. Now they have to somehow find their way inside the circle. What would really be apt over here if the teams take those eastern side route and just come all the way from the eastern side to the southern side? That might really work out well. But talk about 24/7 Gaming. Raza has spotted out the players of Abrupt Slayers, and then Nova X will be moving with his vehicle and has been spotted out. It's the fight is just happening somewhere around Hacienda del Patron and those open areas, those compounds that we have. So the thing with Miramar is that you need to keep your basics right. You need to know how to position yourselves during the fight. Of course, have the right weapons and to engage in the right, in the right spacings, right? And now, well, 247 and this early phase, I would love the teams that they just focus purely on looting. Try to not take or try to not force enough fights. Yeah, if a fight is coming right in on your face, take it. But otherwise, utilize this time. Take enough smokes and utilities for yourself, because it all comes down to that one fight. If you take that one fight, then maybe you have a slight chance of looting, because in those final circles you do not get that spacing in because well, talk about early fights, it has already started. PN Cruz, Mr. Boro has already been taken down.
Yeah, and this is going to be a troublesome situation for the team to deal with. Sandesh, we do see him heading towards the direction of his fallen comrade. He's going to try and protect him, and so will Ayush, but they need to be careful, because if they are not, they're going to be caught off guard completely out in the open. Poison is trying to take the third-person perspective, standing on the edge of the window. He's going to try and spot out one of his opponents at least, because in this situation, in this factory area, you're going to be completely unaware from where the shots are coming from, and you need to be really, really careful. You might be running out in the open, you think no one's there, and there's going to be that one lad standing close to the window, using the advantage of having the TPP. Oh, with the red dot as well, the spray with the AKM red dot on Ayush. He goes down, and PN Crew, the situation that was bad just got a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, you know, both the teammates spotting him down. He was taken down with an SLR over there. And now Team Stalwarts can actually commit in this particular fight. They've got those 2 knocks that they've wanted. They know that the enemies are rattled right now. And Malik has already, you know, made his mark over there. He's already, you know, flanking from the left-hand angle, and he'll get a clear sight with the way he's pushing in. And now Poison somehow has to fend off the push that will be coming in from the players of Stalwart. So they did get one chicken dinner yesterday, but that was not enough. They need to get a lot more after that. And we know this is a squad that has a lot of potential for themselves. And Poison, his position is not yet revealed. If Morte makes some kind of, you know, some overstepping out there, I think he might just get punished. But UMP in Miramar, oh my god, that might just hurt him.
Well, that might just hurt him, unless, so there's this one scenario in which this works out. If the opponents just get a little too cocky and they decide to push him, close ranges UMP, it works out, right? But on the other side, Sandesh has been taken down as well, so PN Crew, they are going to be in trouble. Poison, it looks like he's going to get charged upon from the backlines. Malik finishes off Sandesh. 2 versus 4 situation for the players of PN Crew, and they don't realize this, but they are being surrounded right now.
Yeah, certainly. They are surrounded, and I feel it's game over for PN Crew unless and until they pull off something magical from the sleeves. And Poison just giving that that small pixel of his outfit visible. Blade exactly knows the route that he's taken. Now they have done something really, really disastrous, that is get inside the cover. Now if Team Stalwarts have those grenades for themselves, they can easily make an entry in. Poison already taking a bit of a chip damage from it, and Morte is already pushed in. Blade, he is also chiming in alongside his teammate. The spray goes in, and well, Stalwarts, they have an easy time taking down the players of PN Crew, and they get eliminated at the 15th position. That is definitely gonna hurt them.
That is definitely going to be, as you said, it's going to be hurting them a lot, but 4 kills already for the squad. They are going to be pretty happy with this. Moving forward with a lot of points already in the early game stages, that's going to put you in such a comfortable zone to do whatever you want. I mean, there's always this one marker. Previously, that used to be getting 8 kills. You get 8 kills in the earlier point system. You were basically free to do whatever you want in whatever team fight. Doesn't matter if you finish third. Having 8 kills is just going to put you really far up ahead on top of a lot of teams. In the new point system, I think it's still going to be somewhere around 7 or 8 kills.
Yeah, you need to rack up those skills for sure if you need to ensure good points for yourself. But, talk about this team, Assiduous Esports. Well, they've not had the kind of a start that they had planned for themselves. but it's just scrims, and they are testing themselves out. If they aren't going in for those risky plays, I think I can live with that, but somewhere down the line they have to step up. And there is a thing about Miramar and those red shining bikes moving along, and well, Rated, he's being very careful, not trying to pull off any kind of shenanigans out there. He's keeping things simple just to not take a car. I'll be disappointed.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, you are gonna be disappointed a lot, right? You'd rather see the person in a lot of damage. I mean, I get it, right? It is scrims. We are talking about having practice, but you can also goof around a little bit, right?
Yeah,
The
of
red
course.
bike.
You know, at the end of the day, why do we all play PUBG Mobile? Because we enjoy this game so much. We have so much fun with it. And yeah, I mean, imagine a situation. You take your bike in, you know there's a compound, there's enemies inside it. Just, you know, hover your bike all the way up top and just take that jump, take those shots. Now, that's quite a good way. Either if it works out, then, you know, we've got your clips, we've got your montages. If it does not, count that as a fail of the day.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But let's talk about this. So, this lad right here has been called quite recently the King of Miramar on top.
Yes. From Team ElementriX all the way to its DEADEYES, a shift. One of the best players, you know, I'm speculating as to what really went wrong. I mean, he was one of the best players of ElementriX, alongside, of course, Pubg, man. He'll always be my favorite. We all love that lad. But, you know, we still have blah, blah, blah. But coming down to the fights that we have in hand for us over here, Abrupt Slayers engaging against the players of DEADEYES. Abrupt Slayers have already lost out on Nova X. And Nova, he was certainly looking lost, right? Right off the start, Raza had also spotted him out, and he was just staying aloof from his team, and now it's hurting them. You know, so right off the start, you lost out one player, now you have to play with 3 players with DEADEYES on the hill slopes. This is a bad situation that Abrupt Slayers have gotten themselves into.
Yeah, that is going to be definitely a bad situation for the players and the team. And also, I mean, it is quite interesting to see how they are going to move out of this. Because look at that. Look at how far away they are from the circle. It's completely towards the side of Minas del Valle, Valle del Mar. Los Higos is in the circle, for crying out loud. A lot of the teams are on that northern western area, on the top side of Los Leones, on towards La Triela. So they're going to be coming down together. And they're going to be fighting amongst themselves and the Blue Zone at the same time.
Yes. Oh my god, I think we needed Ocean's expertise on this particular circle that has been you know, shaped up for us.
I don't think it works on Miramar, because yesterday as well he predicted wrong.
Yeah, he just gets those flukes sometimes, and well, it's all right. Bablu, they are sitting right in the center, and the players, they're all surrounding them. They're all coming around. But the certain area, imagine, Johnny, we get to see a Los Ego circle. I don't think that in a lot of PUBG Mobile matches that I've casted, I've ever casted the complete Southern Island circle. I've been close. Oh, yeah. We've been at Valadimar. We've been on those southern side edges of, you know, just those areas of Los Leones. We've gone there, but we've never charted into Los Higos. So, well, a Los Higos circle will set all these teams, you know, panicking. How do you cross that bridge? If there's a bridge camp in this. We've seen a lot of bridge camps in Erangel and even in Sandhawk these days. But Miramar, that's going to be an interesting way to die.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be quite interesting. But look at this. We do have players falling down to the blue zone already. VTNxJyanMaara lose out on one of the lads from their squads. But how do you rotate from this scenario? Because most of the teams are going to be coming in together, right? We did see the huge cluster on the northwestern side of the map as well. Right now, almost reaching the center mark. But Bablu could be in trouble as they are taking some shots in that direction, although no damage has been dished out to a single player. You need to make sure on this match, on this map, if you are going to shoot, you are landing some damage on your opponent. Otherwise, you just end up give away your location. And location and positioning is going to be of the most high priority. R3D, they are going to come in contact with Extreme from the squad of JyanMaara. He has one of his teammates knocked out. The revive is never going to come in for that one lad. So JyanMaara in this match are going to move forward with just 2 players. Lucky for them, though, they are going to get one free kill as Walker from R3D was super late with his rotation and just got knocked out by the blue zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to commit to it. He needs those meds that he has. He needs those smokes that he has. But Gunnar, look onto it your right hand side. Take the kill and just get the hell out of here, because the more you're going to delay, I think other teams will be already positioned. And maybe, you never know, the players of R3D get in there before you and they start edge camping, and that might go really, really wrong, because Vehicles and Miramar, they are a different love story of their own. And now Abrupt Slayers engaging against Team ElementriX, who played one of their games and could not really outshine. They did take out one squad yesterday, but at the cost of their 3 players. So today ICE definitely will be on one of the fan favorite teams of Nepal as to how they are going to showcase their skills. And Chari, he's making quite some rotation out there, but Orange will definitely find out Joker and take him down just before he knows it. Heaven, he's going too much out in the open. Chari, he does have to rely on his buggy, and his buggy does not really disappoint him. Had his tires been flat out, it was game over. He would have just skid out and been thrown off his vehicle, and then, you know, what would have followed?
Well, definitely what would have followed would have been an exit from the game. But this is going to be quite interesting to see how things turn out for the squad of ElementriX. And with the new lineup as well, it is going to be, as you said, on top, one of the best performing players from the previous lineup, who used to, at one point during the during PMCO, the spring split, you used to play for TDP. From there on out, moved over to ElementriX, and now finally we do see him with the squad of DA. A lot of roster changes, but the one thing that remains common with the lad is going to be wherever he goes, he outshines everyone else. Right now on our screens, it is the players of Team Bablu have slowed the pace down quite immensely.
Yeah, they've kind of slowed the pace down. But what I can really observe, Johnny, that we are missing out on one squad. That is Team SCYTES. The winners of the PMCO Pakistan have not been able to make it today into the lobby, and I hope that we get them to see in the next matches to come, because practice is going to be really, really necessary. And we know in these times that we are stuck in, internet has always been an issue. A lot of things, a lot of factors really come in. But I just hope that we'd get a full lobby so that all these players get an equal opportunity to display and showcase their skills, make your mistakes, look at what can go wrong for you. But talk about Team Bablu. Well, they have a good position. They've got a good ridge around which they can play. But taking a look at Ozzy, he's taken quite some damage out there. And Kuni, he is a murderous assassin. We know that. But what is he doing right now? He's going out too much in the open. And Rated, had he not been lobbing those grenades, would have spotted Ozzy with his pants down and could have taken him easily out there. But Assassin is not letting that happen. This is a perfect crossfire that they've set up. But Assassin, that grenade will just miss him out. Still 50% of HP down, and Assassin is in such a bad position, and Rated will spot him, will take him down, and will make no mistakes in going also in for the finish.
That was a prone duck. I mean, the saying is it's like shooting sitting ducks, right? That was a prone down duck. He was prone down. They came up, 2 players against 1, spotted him out in the open, and just bang, the man got knocked. Now, it is going to be up to his teammates that's right behind him to come in and help him out with the revive, which is going to be high risky. But I like this from the players of DE. They are giving respect to their opponents. They are not rushing in, and well, it pays off. They have gotten the elimination. Rated is quite low, so it's going to be important for them to heal up and then re-engage in this fight. Goes back to 100%. The helmet is almost gone, though.
Yeah, the helmet is certainly gone over there. Now, DEADEYES, Rated sir, we'll have to see how they approach to this scenario, because I really felt that had they kind of wanted to engage, they could have gone in and could have got one more kill. But yes, like you mentioned, the moment Rated sir went in, I knew that was game over for Assassin, because 2 players were going in from the top. They had the first vision, and well, Assassin was prone in, so his movements are restricted. He cannot move much. Either you hit or you miss. But like you said, he was sitting dark, and he was certainly helpless over there. But DEADEYES, having a good high ground advantage for themselves, are on the edges of the circle. Now the circle has taken a shift all the way towards the southern areas of Menaste Valley, and Team FutureStation find themselves in the center. Of all that we have to see, I just hope they have a good amount of scopes and good utilities so that they can fight and fend the squads that will push in. In the meanwhile, Aussie, he was in a no man's land. He went in for scouting and he was punished by the players of FutureStation.
Yeah, the punish is definitely going to come in, but how are they going to challenge it? How do you come out from a bad situation? That is the question that the players need to ask themselves and figure out the answer to. We are 17 minutes into this match, still 14 teams alive, 48 players still in this match. Stalwart Esports taking a little bit of a damage as they come into contact with the players of 247. ElementriX also getting and becoming a part of the action. But DRS, they have been spotted out in the open. Oh, bad ref. He spots out one more. Cooney from high voltage, but the shots have not been fired. He has a mini 14 in his hands. He's trying to take out the escape vehicle that the players of high voltage has. Mr. Yozu, he has got up to the flank of the players of DE, can actually go for the finish, but he is always the aggressor for his team. He needs to be careful. He needs to somehow just delay this fight long enough for his teammates to get into position. And having watched him play for a really long time, we know this. He is going to do that. This man knows how to hold his ground and not get pushed back.
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Hyozu. In fact, he's making those aggressive plays from the left-hand side, but, well, he was too much in the open. Now he gets punished by Wadusa, and he'll get finished before even he realizes that he's not in a good position. But now, well, there is quite a fight breaking down. Maybe Havoc, I do not know if blah 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 does acknowledge his position inside that small compound and just proning in, giving away your position. That's going to be a 1v1 fight. Havoc has definitely dished out a lot of bullets and a lot of damage onto him, but the backup will definitely come in any single moment. And how long can he hold himself off? That is the golden question over here. But Shifusa will spot him from the sideline. This is a different squad, my friend. And DEADEYES, they've got 4 kills, all of their 4 players intact. In fact, now they have got their eyes set up on the squad of Team ElementriX. Let's see what happens in this fight.
I mean, we are going to see and we're going to find out what's going to happen. ElementriX, they have been pinned down in that one compound, and Shifusa, he has his crosshairs set. Was down literally just a few bullets, reloads, instantly comes back up to 30 on that Scarrel. Blah, blah, blah is going to have to figure out a way to get out of this tough situation, and it is going to be quite interesting. He has a nade in his hand already. Mr. Yuzu has been finished off. The nade is being cooked. Is he going to toss it perfectly to get a knock or at least dish out some damage against the players of DE? No! No, but Wadusa's nade does connect, and it is going to be blah, blah, blah who's going to be taken down. The finish should come in any time, and these teams are going to have to do and be done with this fight right now, because in 11 seconds, they're going to have to move into the circle, which is quite far away from them. Also, there are other teams that are focusing on them. They've made a lot of sounds. R3D, Anubis, he has been caught completely off guard. Shifusa on the other side spots the players of 7Cs out in the open, down in the ditch. Goes for the shots, does not connect, but has given away his location now. On the other side, the players of 7C, they have the smoke, so they have the cover, but that's not going to matter. Rated is going to catch Hungry Box out, and he is going to get a knock. There's another teammate right next to him, so they can get the second knock as well, and after 2 knocks you can charge in quite easily against that entire team. There it is. TA has been taken down, but they are driving right over them. That is going to be a bad move for the players of DE. Love, he is trying to deny the skills, deny his teammates from his opposing team, but is he going to be able to survive as they get charged upon? Rated Sir, quite overextended, gets a knock on Memo as well, and I think 7C, they are going to be out of this game, but not before R3D. R3D get eliminated on the 14th. High Voltage go down on the 13th, and I think 7C, they are going to follow them in the demise quite soon. Love is the last man left standing. He goes down. Oh, Hungry Box was back on his feet. He survives, gets a knock, but he's not going to survive for long as they take an exit by the hands of Shifusa.
And DEADEYES, what a start to today's evening. The way they've been playing, the cars flying out, perfect flank angles. Had one of their players not been knocked out, this could have been a clean sweep for them. But Team Bablu, they are still alive. Meanwhile, Bad Rave from from FutureStation is lobbing those grenades in, and that will do a lot of damage out onto its players. One more following Molotov can finish the deal for the players of FutureStation. They can eliminate a whole squad. The leaders, the standing toppers, they are in a bit of a pickle as Nima has been taken down, but Mafia Ninja somehow still holding his ground tight and straight. Bad Rip, another grenade goes lobbed into the air, but it'll just shy away a bit too far. But Mafia Ninja, well, he's built a fortress from the vehicles that they had been rotating around Gyalzen, taking damage from elsewhere. Bullets are being fired left, right, and center. It's absolute pandemonium, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the pandemonium is going to be quite chaotic. 8 teams remaining, 27 players alive. DRS, they are moving in like one unit. Look at the players just jiggling as they move and trying to go in a zigzag pattern to avoid any shots. But that is not going to matter. Nima is going to be taken down, and Mafia Ninja as well. He's super, super low. Machine is playing like a machine, and he needs to. It was just him standing for his team a few seconds ago, but Tamim is on his feet now as well. Machine is super low. The nade being tossed towards the direction, but he takes one as well, and he is gonna be in so much trouble as the entire squad of DRS Gaming, they come in. Tamim needs to be careful. The last man left standing gets finished off, and it is gonna be, well, Bablu picking up the kills out of everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bablu had such an amazing position, and they did capitalize on that situation. Entering from the southern side, they did not have much to worry about on their backlines. All they have to look out for are the teams on the northwest, on the northeast, and just on the eastern areas. Well, we have the players of Assiduous Esports engaging against the players of A1 Esports any single moment, but everyone has to get inside the circle. And Shifu's DEADEYES, they are rolling right now. They are getting so much done. They look so well prepared. Sinister, in the meanwhile, has gotten that knock onto with Z1 Crazy, but Sonam has to follow him up. He knows there is a smoke, and that does mean that there are a few enemies. There are a few unwanted people right in front of you, and Sonam has to push in because the blue zone is coming in, and it's closing in. The 6th circle, and now it brings me to the speculation. Why are you going in for the heal battle? Shifu, sir, he's just jumping around, blah, 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 just surviving over there, somehow keeping his squad alive, last member surviving, and he might be that snake, he might be that pet viper in the deserts over here that bites down the squads of DEADEYES, or maybe a few more. But Wadusir will take down Nima in the process, and the rush comes in onto it. Shoykot as he gets that first knock, but will not get that second, as Shanul, he looks to be right in the game as he gets that final kill and will be going in for the revive onto his teammate.
Well, definitely, but ElementriX, they get eliminated on the 6th spot as well. 5 teams remaining, 16 players still alive. Khan from 247 has a Molotov in his hand, throws it towards the opposing players who were on that low ground in comparison to him. But it is going to be a tough situation for these lads. DRS Gaming right now just playing the very edge of the circle. They are going to be safe as long as Danny doesn't spot them out, and as long as the players of DE don't decide to charge in. But look at that. D and Bablu moving in sync. One from the top, one from the bottom, and DRS, they are going to be caught in the middle, but Zabyan is going to be dogged out by AJ. AJ traded out by Danny, and Wadusir comes in, goes for the shots, misses his opportunity, and is going to be shot back at retaliation.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shifu, he is marching in. They've got 8 kills already. Wadusir has taken quite some damage out there. Mafia Ninja's kill has been confirmed by the players of Team Bablu. Team Bablu, they are looking to get back into action. And Team 247, Khan had quite some spray loaded onto it from his M4, but he will get traded off. Now, Raza has to go in for the smoke. I do not know if that's necessary because they've got that ridge advantage for themselves. And Shifu, he knows that the players of 247, they're right in front of him. He's inside the circle. He's safe for now. He just has to fend off the push. And what a good area. What good cover he's got. Northern side, you have that huge rock. On the eastern side, you've got those ridges saving you. But I would highly recommend and highly suggest for Shifu not to fire the shots out right now. Just find your enemies when they're trying to close in and then take them down, as Gyalzen will be taking down Donnie. Pikachu, in fact, going in for the trade-in. Team DRS, they're in a lot of trouble right now. Nima barely surviving with a sliver of HP onto him. still inside the smoke over there. Nima getting that kill confirm onto it, Zibion. But 247 Gaming, Rahman, he is still there. You can never rule out one of the bees from Pakistan. But Assiduous Esports, an amazing outing this time around. And on the 4th position with 5 kills. DRS Gaming also go down. But Bablu, they still survive. It's going to be a clash between the Titans over here as we just have 3 teams remaining.
Yeah, 3 teams remaining, and it is going to be quite an intense matchup. DE from the very start of this match have been looking quite comfortable. So it comes down to this. 247, Team Bablu versus Deadeye, guys. You were saying the teams from Pakistan were struggling a bit. Well, they have answered you. And there are 2 of them in this final fight. Wadusa has been dropped out. DE, they're going to take an exit on the 3rd position. It is between 247 and Team Bablu. Gaming, once again, just standing up for his team. Look at Rahman. He is split up from his entire team. Just playing alone, and he can be caught off guard. Oh, Raza just barely surviving with a pixel of HP, and he's going for a revive on his teammate. One good nade, and both of them are going to be out of this match.
Yeah, and absolutely. Team Wolf, his position has been compromised, but Rahman, he's doing so much as the players of Team Bablu are pushing on towards him. How is Rahman gonna fend off this push against himself? Is Rahman going to go on the aggressive side? Only time is gonna tell as Team Wolf gets that one pick off onto its Gaming with his Groza out there. But Rahman, he has slowly but definitely cooked up that grenade, but it was an overcooked grenade blasting out just before getting delivered onto its the players of Team Bablu. The second grenade goes in, that also misses out as Pikachu is going in for the disengage. But right now, the players of 247, they are looking very vigilant. Now Pikachu roaming out all in the open. He might just get spotted down. The players of 247, they do not have enough heals on themselves. How are they gonna get this fight for themselves? Rahman has to play a very instrumental role on the flanking angle. Well, Rahman has been spotted. Pikachu is going in for the spray. 6 kills for Team Bablu, and Bablu versus 247. This is a rivalry that has been going from quite some time. Also, we got to see most of this in the PMCO, and 247 definitely did outlast Team Bablu. They did come second, but today they are gonna look to change things around. Team Bablu, they want the chicken dinner. 3 of their players in one single direction. That might not really work out for them.
Yeah, they are grouped up together. One good grenade can dish out a lot of damage, and it is going to be Teen Wolf and Danny right now who have fallen down. Raza falls back. He is really low. Khan is also on the back lines. So 247, they are relying on the firepower coming in from Rahman and Gaming to engage in this fight. And the utility as well. A lot of smokes have been popped up, and this is going to be quite intense. Out in the open, all the players prone down. Bablu have a slight altitude advantage because 247, they're going to have to climb up this slope to take this fight. And they have found Teen Wolf. Danny is going to spot out next, and Danny is going to be taken down. That leaves Pikachu, the only man left surviving, and he's given away his position. Rahman has been taken down. 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2, but Pikachu, he's not going to survive for long. He gets taken down, and 247, they get the chicken dinner as Bablu is just going to finish second in this first match of the day.
What a start for today's evening. Team 247. What an amazing gameplay by them. And I think in that last fight, it was Rahman. Of course, Raza also did whatever he could. Khan was also there for his team. Every single player did what they were supposed to do over there. But, having that flank angle and the constant pressure onto it, the players of Team Bablu, I think that is what kind of broke them down. They could not really focus in one direction. They could not really commit to one particular side. And what was the mistake from Team Bablu? Definitely, there was those 3 players just alive. Had one of their players been on the flank angle like Rahman did, things could have been different. But I loved, talk about the MVP. We'll get the MVP right on our screens right now. But according to me, I really felt that the circle was the MVP this time around.
Yeah, the circle was actually pretty much the MVP. But Rahman from 247 is going to be our MVP based on his stats. 5 kills, 27 minute 19 second of survival time, 750 damage, 8.11 kilometers traveled.
Yeah, and that's a pretty impressive performance. I love the way the circle shifted. It was right on Team FutureStation for a second, and the next moment it goes all the way towards the eastern side, giving enough room and enough avenues for the players of Team Bablu and 247 to get in, get themselves a good position. They fend off every single team that had come on their faces. But there is one team that I would really put over here, that is Team Deadeyes. Right from the start, we did see them in action, and every single fight, they were just there.
Yeah, and they performed like phenomenally in this fight.
Yes.
Every time they were in a fight, most of them did survive. I mean, towards the end is where they sort of flustered, and that is because they got sandwiched.
Yeah, they certainly got sandwiched, but Team DRS, they're still, clinched on to being the consistent team out here. I'm certain when the, overall standings come out, that will be reflected over there. But now, let's take a look on the top players that will be joining Rahman in the list. And, well, we do have the players of DEADEYES, and that's going to be Shifu, sir, followed by Wadu, sir. And then we have the players of Stalwart, Kashuf, getting those 3 kills. That was also very instrumental, but there you go. Raza also chiming in alongside his teammate Rahman, doing a lot of job ensuring that they get this winner chicken dinner. It was so close for Bablu yet again, but still 247 Gaming did outplay them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 247 Gaming put up an amazing performance in this match, especially to close it out. They were relying on the fact that, hey, we'll push together, we'll have the numbers advantage, and the objective was just to get the trades down. Bablu being split up, it was quite easy to overpower them.
And yeah, and even the players of 247 Gaming did have that small high ground advantage.
Yeah.
Definitely, they got traded off with Raza, but still, they managed to dish out enough damage. But right now, let's take a look at the match summary and let's take a look at the numbers of smokes and grenades. 279. Boy, oh boy, Ocean must be definitely happy.
Yeah, I hope he's happy, but a lot of utilities being used, out of which only 3 grenade kills we got to see. Airdrops being looted too. We did see the Groza in the action on the kill feed. Total kills is going to be 54, out of which we had 66 knocks. So good conversion ratio over there.
Yeah, a very good conversion ratio, provided the kind of circle that we had. We did see a lot of engagements coming in those late mid segments. This time, however, the circle is not like the general Miramar that we see. Usually, it's all about that one team holding that hill area, then taking out the remainder of the squads. This time, the circle kind of ended on some even footing. You did not have those huge ridges, but yeah, we did have okayish ridges around which you could have played. It all came down to which team was positioned over there before the other teams, which team was ready for those third parties coming in, how they had built up those fortresses around with their vehicles. We've been talking about this. Vehicles were so instrumental, and here also we did get to see that. Vehicles will definitely take you into the final circle, but how you survive, that completely comes down to you. How you utilize the smokes. The increase in the number of smokes and grenades definitely made me and Johnny happy over there, because that is what we have been talking about. That's what we have been wanting, because at such a high competitive level, those those instances where you have that smoke, that will save you sometime or the other, and that is what happened with a lot of squads.
Exactly. Hey, see, everyone has the ability to flick and shoot you in the face, but what separates the best player from the rest is going to be their how smart they are, how they look at the game, how much importance they give to the utility inside of the match. And that is why most of the high tier players, you see them carry in a lot of smokes with them, a lot of grenades, a lot of molotovs as well. Molotovs can be used to flush out opponents from choke points or to deny pushes on yourselves. Grenades to dish out a lot of damage, to take down clusters of players that have been grouped together, and to punish them for that. Smokes just to deny vision, create an opening for yourself, to create pathways for you to actually safely make it into the circle.
Yeah, absolutely. Gone are the days when we used to have those 300 bullets in our bags. When I was playing competitive in those season 3s, season 4s, a lot of players just used to carry a lot of bullets. There were, teammates that used to, those 300 bullets even fell short. So you have to carry even more for them. And nowadays, we see all these players using a lot of grenades out there, have 6-7 grenades at least per player. Along with that, also the smoke grenades. But right now, let's take a look at the map standings and see how things boil down in the map of Miramar, with 24/7 Gaming winning this one out with 10 kills, earning themselves 25 points from this game.
Yeah, but look at that. DEADEYES, guys, on the second position in the standings. 18 points coming in for them in total. Bablu are going to be pushed to the third. They have 18 points as well, but not enough kills. DRS still being consistent on the fourth position with 13 points.
Yeah. DRS, they've been consistent, and this will also reflect in the overall standings as we see. But I'm really happy that finally Assiduous Esports, having a very disappointing day, have managed to come back in. 10 points is a very, very good start. But ElementriX on the 7th position, I mean, I kind of expect more out of this squad because I've seen them right from the start. When I started casting, ElementriX was one of the first teams that I used to cast, and they were so amazing. That time things used to be different. That time they used to have a different lineup. They initially came in, they were struggling at first, but once they got their paces in, those were the first South Asian teams to get the chicken dinners. I still remember how beautiful that squad is. But as we move further along to the bottom half of the table, few of the teams really need to step up. One of them is definitely gonna be PN Crew. Abrupt Slayers, one of the winners in the last Miramar map we had, did take an early exit. So this kind of displays and showcases how equally balanced every team is. You can never say that it's a one-sided game when it comes to PUBG Mobile, and all the teams stepping up are actually proving a point.
Well, definitely, and they have proved a point for themselves. But this was just the first match of the day. We still have a lot more to go.
Yes.
We still have 4 more matches to go. And after every single game, you need to make sure that you are moving up in the overall standings, because that is where it matters.
Yeah, absolutely. And now let's take a look at the overall standings and see how the things are paired out for every single team after so many games played, 6 being the exact number, and DRS Gaming still holding on to that lead, and rather I must say they're increasing on it. And 84, the gap certainly has been built up by the champions of the PMPL South Asian region. And on the second position, we again have a South Asian team, High Voltage, with 66 points. Following them up, not far behind, is the team of VTNxJyanMaara with 63 points. But finally, Team Bablu have gotten themselves back in. They are looking promising. They've been consistent. That is one of the things that I can safely say. But 24 kills, you know, provided that it's Team Bablu, I would have loved to see something around 44.
Yeah, definitely. I would have loved to see more kills on their side as well. But moving forward in the standings, let's have a look at the teams that do not have, aren't having a good time so far in this tournament, in the scrims. So 6 matches have gone by. For certain teams, it's going to be 4. For certain teams, it's going to be 2. And SCYTES missing out on this match entirely, because like there were just 15 teams in here. They are going to be punished for that by being played, like they're going to play less matches basically. But on the other side, look at that. We still have PAINxELMT as well. 4 matches played, sitting on the 17th position, INES on the 18th, and Assiduous Esports, as you were talking about them. Finally a decent performance, I have to say, coming in. Do climb up, 19 points for them right now. They have a very, very long way ahead.
Yeah, they certainly do have a long way ahead, but you never know. You know, if they keep on being consistent like they were in this particular game, and by the end of the day, I pretty much assume that they will get themselves in the top 8 at least. But right now, what we are going to do is go on a short little break, as when we will get back in, we will have action coming in for you from Miramar.
Hello everyone and welcome back to PUBG Pro League Scrims Season 3 South Asia. My name is Oshin Sharma. I was not here for the first segment. Yeah, I wanted to introduce him, but well, he did it for his own self. This is Varan Super Johnny John. And so first game, man, Miramar and Pakistan region. South Asia, but Pakistan region. They outshined.
Yeah, they outshined themselves, and as Fixer said before we started the day, we weren't seeing all of the teams perform. It was Team Bablu who was somehow managing to stay in the top 5, top 4, but apart from that, rest of the teams were quite below everyone else, the rest of the competition, and in the last game, they showed up big time. But I think the last game, if you want to make a highlight reel, most of the clips are going to come in from the players of Deadeye.
Yeah, Deadeye guys, they did amazing, but well, apart from all those things, talking about yesterday and today, DRS Gaming was one that was, just dominating yesterday. So today it starts with Team Bablu on second, not on the first. And then, once again, if you're talking 247, just taking that win. So how do you see today for Pakistan teams?
I think they are doing really well. It takes them a while to adjust. We have seen that during while casting the matches of the region. And this time as well, I think they took their time yesterday, have adjusted to the playstyle of the South Asian teams. And now they are finally able to step into those fights and step into the action and outshine and outperform the opponents. It does take them a while. Also, why am I saying most? Almost every single team coming in from Pakistan has had major roster changes.
Well, talking about roster changes, there was in JyanMaara, I remember VTNxJyanMaara, there used to be a player known as Nang, and right now he's in ElementriX. And good people in the chat say, it's your birthday today, so man, happy birthday. Happy birthday, and we wish you all the success, and we wish you get a chicken dinner as well.
Yeah, I wish I could beat him in pool. Because last time he destroyed us.
Yeah, that guy is amazing in pool. Well, this is PUBG, and if you're talking about PUBG, well, he is a beast in that as well, if you're talking about it. But, well, talking about Vikendi, where do you see the shift going?
I hope it's going to be on the southern side, because, I mean, I keep asking for a castle circle, but that is never going to happen. It's been months. It's been more than 8 months. I want a castle circle. Please, the gods of PUBG.
The gods of PUBG, please give him that. Last time we saw it in Pakistan also, right? Remember, we saw
it was so close, but then it went out at the very last moment.
Yeah, the southern side of Castle. But well, one more thing about Nang, you don't know about it. Me and he were discussing. Me and he were having a conversation today, and that guy is a very good singer as well. Let's see if he sings chicken in a song today in the map of Vikendi, in which we are going to be going really soon. And as we'll be going through it, why don't you just guide us through the flight path?
Yeah, so the trajectory starts from, well, the western side of Dino Park and goes all the way towards Sport area. So this is the western side swinging trajectory. The eastern parts are going to be off guard for the players. So if you want to go towards Trevno, Peshkova or Kantra, it's going to be quite tricky for you to reach there. But teams landing towards Dobromesto, teams landing towards Krichas, Goroka, those are going to be easy drop locations to be. Yesterday, we did see the circle on the southern side of the map, wherein it was towards Volnova, where the final fight handed. Today, we are going to see where is this map going to take us. Because there used to be a time, long time ago, in a land far, far away, where Vikendi used to have a lot of water circles. Now that's gone. Now it's in Erangel.
Long time ago, in a map far, far away. So, when Vikendi actually... No, it kind of shifted towards the Erangel side. But, well, for now, we'll be seeing Erangel pretty soon. But no, all right, so this circle looks good, right? Tell me about this. You wanted to see a bit of water? No castle, though. I would give you that. But, well, Krichas is kind of a good area. I'll tell you, one of my good friends, Blank, kind of hates Krichas. I know that for a reason. But, well, Krichas kind of looks like the center side of the circle. So if the circle is shifting towards the northern side, that will be happening. But R3D sure. I don't know. I saw a plus sign right next to him for some reason. But, well, for now, if we're talking about everything, so many teams are outside the zone. They have to get inside the zone. And once they do, it will be really clustered up. And the first circle, you have 30% water. That means, it kind of makes you pressurized.
Yeah, it is going to be a pressurized situation because the circle on Vikendi keeps moving towards the center. That means it is going to have a lot of water up until the later stages. But on the other side, before this match even starts, I think ElementriX and Deadeye, they have really good start to this game ahead of everyone. Because look at that. Deadeyes, they are on towards Port, and ElementriX have taken control of Dobromesto. 2 places right on the edge of the island. And since the circle is on their side as well, they can be safe. But, Blank, he hates Krichas, but Krichas is going to be a high priority location in this match.
Oh, look at this, look at this. Well, for now, we're talking about areas like Milan and whatnot. Their fights are happening. But on the 7Cs, Love takes down one from SCYTES. And SCYTES, they are not looking in their, I wouldn't want to say element, if anything, because yesterday also they had quite a bit of a bad game. And we're talking about it, but right now, Anubis, the God of Death, needs to take a few people down. If that person does, that is going to be looking pretty good if you're talking about it, but well, we'll have to see how it just comes up for right now. But look at this, 7 season Nemo, he's moving outside. I mean, Memo needs to go onto a different direction where he might or might not just try and meet some other people, either from his team or some other different kills, if he can get those easily. For now, Phobia is trying to spot the players. They also need to get inside the circle. 1300 plus meters is the distance for them and the circle. And Tommy Mera, once again, looking quite strong.
Yeah, Tommy Meta is definitely going to be there, but CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, they are in trouble as Abrupt Slayers charge upon them. Phobia is going to be forced to come down on towards the ground floor, but can he be caught off guard? Oh, the jump from Nova. It looked like something out of a Daredevil stunt, but he's going to get punished for that stunt. The snowmobile is right in the middle of the two houses, and Phobia does manage to catch Nova off guard, and he is going to be knocked down. CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, even they have a player down, so they are not going to go too hyper-aggressive in this fight. Now they just might, because they have knocked out Joker. It's going to mean it is going to be a tough situation for the players of Abrupt Slayers to deal with this. Heaven, he has spotted out Phobia, but Phobia has his teammates coming in the form of backup. And it is going to be quite an interesting scenario, because he has an SMG in the extreme close range. This weapon, it's going to be pretty deadly. Plus, the fact that the players of 7Cs are nearby as well. Oh, he takes out two. Had he just gone for a 1v3 and finished them off, that would have been iconic, man.
But CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, they are doing amazing. Right now, this is what they needed to do, and they are doing it brilliantly if you're talking about the stuff. But, all right, so this is, I would say, the last Vikendi for today that Group A is going to play, because after that Group B is going to be the one that's going to be chiming in. So I see for Group A, if they need to make the maximum out of this one map, they will be looking forward for this one. Well, let's see what happens. And Abrupt Slayers Shari is moving forward. As of now, has to move 1500 plus meters if we're talking about, reaching inside the circle and whatnot. We'll be seeing what happens in that situation as well. For now, we are just looking at him. But if you're talking about the circles and whatnot, 1 minute and 20 seconds is the distance that you have to, is the time that you have to move in for those 1500, 1600 plus meters distance. And that's where they will be going for, looking for. Look at this. Onto the castle side is where Muffin is, as I can see. So as Odious' players, they also have to move in. And CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, they are once again taking those kills and whatnot. PN Crews, I can see Ayush has been knocked out. As you can see the plus sign right in front of his name, that means he needs a revive and he needs its stat. This might be the first knock, but well, eventually as the numbers add up, your revival time kind of is on a cheeky point. So PN Crews, Ayush, he needs a revive right now.
Yeah, he needs a revive right now, otherwise he's going to be in trouble. Even the previous game, we saw the players of PN Crews suffer because of how split they were from each other, and that is going to be a bad situation. Once again, I was talking about them getting punished for being split. Look at that. He's all alone in the middle of nowhere, and this kill is going to be confirmed no matter what happens. He is just going to die here.
And the back end of castle, I mean, you wanted a castle circle. We are not getting that, but we are getting grades on the castle side. So that I would say that's a win-win situation, if not anything. But well, for now, A1 Esports players, they are looking really good. I mean, they have a proper area for themselves. We're talking about the rotations. They can go for decent rotations. But well, this limits PN Crew's rotations. I mean, they know that they cannot go from the castle side because there is already one team which is ready for it. A1 Esports. These guys, I would say these lads are really confident when it comes to taking up fights and whatnot. Shari, once again, we are seeing this player and he has to move in solo because he has no one on his side. This is where, things kind of change for Abrupt Slayers. They, yesterday, did not make much of the mistakes, but today for the starters of Vikendi, it's quite looking like a mistake, because if this player goes down, that will be the elimination of the team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just one lad surviving for the team that had, well, iconic play on the first game I casted yesterday. That was Miramar matchup.
Oh, yeah.
And it was amazing. But today, in Vikendi, they mess up, and they mess up big time. Chari, he just needs to keep his head down. He just needs to, I think go to Krichas, find a house, and just, get that house in your name. ElementriX in some trouble, though.
Yeah, Nang goes down. As of now, got knocked and confirmed. I mean, serious. This team did not do well yesterday, but today they want to make it their day, and they are looking good for it. A decent one for it. Sonam, we'll have to see what Sonam actually does in this one. And there's Hamad as well. But for now, ElementriX, they have that, I would say, experience with them, so they'll be looking forward for that experience. Look at that. Blah, blah, blah. Actually was pretty low for that grenade. With that grenade, and he is down to, what, 10 HP. Less than 10, I would say. Needs to heal up. Is using bandages? No. Is using a proper first aid. Goes goes for it. He might be boosted as well, and he has to move back because he cannot lose any more of himself or his teammates. So, Mr. Yuzu, I guess a good call from the IGL might be you need to come back, and you need to come back right now. On the other side, AS's Crazy is looking good in this Dobromesto area.
Well, definitely, and that is going to be quite interesting because, as you said, Dobromesto, ElementriX were here. They were the original droppers of this location, but now they have been pushed back. They're going to be forced to leave their house, and they're going to be forced to run away from here. And ASE, they have taken control of this location quite nicely, but it is the M16 that this lad holds in his hands. Can work out good for them if he can land those burst shot or the long distance stab shots. Otherwise, I mean, always go for the AR.
Yeah, you kind of need those. Otherwise, I would say mostly in Vikendi, you kind of see those SMGs meta just, outshining. Yesterday, we saw not much, but a few of, I don't know, what do you call it? Those bolt action shots, and so bolt action meta might be returning. Not yet, but probably people will be trying to adapt it or something like that. We'll see what happens, and what just goes for it. But for now, A1 Esports players, they are also moving forward. Right from the castle is where they started. Now they are at Cement Factory, so they are moving against the circle. But I would say that's just for a longer rotation. And first circle is coming up. Alongside, I would say an airdrop is also arriving slowly and steadily onto the backside of the port. And we'll see if a team goes for that one. But for now, the teams that are outside the zone need to go for the movement. And in that, 247 is already at the coal mine area. And Team Bablu, they are moving right ahead in the direction of 247. So this might be an engagement again.
Oh, there is definitely going to be an engagement if someone spots someone out. But it is going to be a question as to who starts the fight. Who is going to be the one who is going to be the initial engager? But with that, we have the first airdrop coming with the AUG A3. The cheek pad for the snipers is going to be there along with the the level 3 West helmet and the adrenaline syringe. So once again, no backpack. Even yesterday that happened, right?
Yeah, well, I won't say it's an issue or something, obviously, because players will be going for it, but once again, where Team Bablu is moving, where they are heading directly towards 247 side. Imagine if they collide. The teams that was on first and second in the previous game someone might be on 15th or 16th or something if that happens. So it might be quite a bit of a situation if we're talking about it. And Bablu Dani is also moving forward alongside Pikachu as well. They have different vehicles for different players. That means a good number of cover is what they can make for themselves. A good amount of cover is what they can make for themselves. We'll see what happens in those situations. But no, DRS AJ this time moving strong, looking strong as DRS needs to bag one because they did two yesterday. They had 2 second dinners, but this time they need to move forward. Spots one, takes one down. No, 2 players were taken down. DRS on the verge of losing the players, but on the other side, they take down R3D's Anubis. Anubis, before actually getting himself taken down, he took 2 players down. That was impressive by him, but R3D's rest of the players are moving inside. Can this fight be any more of a weird one? Look at this. 4 players, they're getting revives and everything. Right, nice Joker's turn. A good grenade might just take a few players down. That was a good damage. That was good damage. Look at this. 2 players taken down to 1 HP. Molotov going in, just trying to take players down. But no, it just goes out. Joker is surviving, but for how long? Because he's the lone survivor. The Circle's also coming in. Circle's going to do the chip damage. 1 versus 4 for Joker. Can he just take this one? The answer might just be out here.
Yes, definitely agree with that. But what I want to say was, had Joker gone in the moment he came to this compound, he would have definitely secured the kill points that Anubis worked hard for. Now, Joker is going to get charged upon 1 versus 4, and he is just going to be taken out. Unless his opponents mess up big time and he ends up clutching this fight. If that happens, I think this one is going to be clipped and put somewhere.
That's totally true. Well, if you're talking about all those things, I don't know how it's just, coming up. But for now, fights once again. This team is just getting every kill that they want. They are just, taking everything in their hands. And now it just reduces to 15 teams, 53 players right now. So we are, I would say, slowly and slowly, because we have turned out more than, 11 minutes. Now we are moving to the sloth game. Remember the term we crowned yesterday, the sloth game, the sloth rounds, the slow rounds is where we are moving right now.
Yeah, and you need to move slow and steady on this match, on this map specifically.
Plus the game also moves slow in this, right? The time goes slow.
On Vikendi, I mean, there's a lot of ice, right?
We are next to...
There's a lot of resistance with the ice being present, so you have to move slow.
Yeah, you have to move slow, but look at this. There are teams who are inside the circle. from Dobromestos area to the northern side of Krichas, and Krichas might be a potential area for the endpoint of the circle where the teams will be going. 247, Bablu, FS, those teams are right next to each other. I mean, if we're talking about FutureStation, DE as well, and Code Zero is looking really good. PN Crew is going for the northern rotation onto the port side. Second airdrop has an AUG as well, has a white ghillie suit for itself. No backpack, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no backpack doesn't matter, but now we have the players from DRS have secured 3 kills for themselves, moving from the blue zone. So this is going to be a long rotation that they have to make. But the other thing that they have to be careful about is going to be the fact that once they enter the circle is when they have to face the players of sight. Right now, they are not safe. The blue zone is still going to come in their direction.
Yeah,
in
10
the next
more seconds.
9 seconds.
9 seconds, yeah. It's the clock is ticking, right? We say the gameplay is slow, but the clock is not. The clock still is, moving mercifully on you.
Everything changes apart from time.
Time is change is the only constant thing in this world.
Yeah.
All right, so we are a bit of, I don't know. Well, talking about really high IQ things.
There's nothing going on in the game right now. We have 15 teams, 53 players alive. It's just one team that sort of messed up a little bit, R3D.
Well, I'll tell you, even if there's nothing going on in the game, this is the perfect opportunity for the audience to grab some popcorns, because something is going to happen really soon. And we're talking about some amazing fights that are going to be happening anytime soon, and our lovely audience would actually love that. 247 Khan F4 is just, moving forward right now alongside Rahman as well. Last game, I would say, was theirs, and that was amazingly theirs if you're talking about it.
I mean, this
and look at this, Team Bablu is there, right next to them.
Exactly. So we have the minimap with us, and if we can have it on the screens, you guys will notice this as well. Krichas is really populated. It's been surrounded by all the teams. Most of the teams, well, in fact, because PN Crew, they are still sticking around the port area. And ASL, Chari, the last man surviving for his squad, he is playing along with the blue zone. He's not even thinking about getting into fights at this point. Yeah. But apart from that, everyone else is right in the center around the Krichas city. Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, just look at what you just said. From ElementriX, I would say from ASE till 247. It's like a curveball of teams. It's quite a lot of teams, and that just means one thing, that when the circle shifts, obviously that central area will be with the teams. Nothing matters now. Water is something that the circle is going the water is something that the circle is going to say bye bye to, and so the circle moves down. And ASL's Chari, he was a lone survivor. He just now it's one thing, right? Previously, with the previous point system, we used to say you should not be the first team to get eliminated. Even if you are, you can stay till 11 to 16, right? Because you used to get 1 point. Now we can just say you should not be in 13 to 16, because then you get 0 points. And ASL Shari is the lone survivor. He should not be at that area. If he goes down, the team goes down. The team gets 0 points, just like happened with R3D right now as we are talking. Well, on the other side, STEFS is out here. As you can see, one of the highest grosses teams out here, one of the best teams, if I have to say, from Pakistan region. They are looking really strong, but they have 7C right in front of them.
Yeah, 7C, and it's just so right now is going to be the opportunity where STE can actually go for the engagement, because it's just one player of the 7C right next to their compound. Once the rest of the players, once Fear, once Kashuf, once all those other players actually make their way to this compound, it's going to be a battle that they're going to have to fight to survive. But let's see how this one turns out. Love is going to spot out one. He takes down one. And Memo is going to get another knock for his team. So STE already being pushed down. And they are going to be able to, they are going to be able to fight back. But they have to be really, really careful, because their teammates have already been taken out. See, Blade is going to be finished. Now, Love is going to be denied the push with the Molotov, but he can always rotate from the other direction. The revive is going to come in for the team STE. But 7C, are you going to allow that? Or just one good grenade is actually going to finish the other two players. And then Malik is going to be the last man surviving.
So Love used an extra smoke. I would say there was a smoke, but he should go. If you're going for a smoke, he should go for a revive right now. You should not be rushing. And I mean, obviously there's a revive coming up, but you should be on the backup or something, right? A backup is needed in the situation. Someone might just come in from the left hand side. All right, they are not deciding it, but had I been in STE's side, I would have loved to take that extra kill onto my side. Well, for now, let's see what happens as the players from STE are kind of separated. Not much, but still it's like 1 versus 2. But no, Malik takes down one. That's That's amazing. Taking his fight onto a 1v1, and this is looking again like a 3v3 situation, as you can see. And Kashif and More, they have 2 players on their side. It's going to be Memo and Fear. On the other side, as we can see, Hungrybox versus Malik is something that's going to be happening, as Hungrybox will be really hungry for the kills, and Malik is going to be out here as well. Hungrybox, you can see, is trying to move forward, trying to see that topmost area, but Malik senses him. Malik is moving from one area to the other area. Throwables are being denied onto that house, if we are talking about it. On the other side, it's a 2v2 against 7C versus STE as well, onto the left-hand side of the house, but right-hand side is where things become critical. But look at this, Memo moving out. He is outskirts. Now it's going to be a 1 versus 2 situation onto Malik's side. Malik drops down. He might just take up a good fight, but no, Malik, he will be going down slowly and steadily. Not yet as of now, but on the side, VTN is taking part against SCYTES as we are talking, but 7C's all 3 players are up, and Malik, brilliant strategy being used by Malik. He jumped, he came out, while all 3 players are actually trying to find him. Well, let's see what Malik does in the situation of gunfire, as now he needs a proper cover. He needs it right now. 3 versus 1 situation. 1 person might go down. Malik goes back, but no, Mori goes down. 2 versus 3 situation. Malik takes down 1. 2 versus 2 situation in this area right now. You can see Malik has to take down another one if he can go for it. 1 HP, 1 final player. Fear should not be fearing right now if he needs to go for it, but no. 1 more goes down. Fear is a lone survivor, is using an M4. Will that be enough, as he is reloading his gun? Goes for the 1, takes 1 down. Should not be finishing him, as there's someone else from his behind. 1 HP, 16 bullets on this guy. How can he take this one? He does. Fear takes this one out.
He switches to the to the SMG and finishes Malik in an instant. What just happened? Malik, for a second, just outplayed the entire squad of 7Cs, positioning himself so that his teammates could provide the cover fire, and the backup was always going to be there. But 7Cs, Fair, you are going to have to say goodbye to this match and to the points you just collected.
No!
Because he's going to get shouted about, but he takes on Muffin as well. No! Is it going to be a 1v4 again? Fair, he has the HP as well. He moves back. 1 versus 2 situation. It was a 1v4. Spots on 1 more. Is the damage going to be enough? No! He is barely surviving. He has spotted and taken his opponent solo. Gets another knock. 1v3. And just 1 more player remains. Another clutch. Fear, this man securing so many kills alone. There's 1 more team coming in from the rare sides. How long can you go? How many fights can you clutch? And there is this. The points slowly and steadily coming into him, because the last man for the squad ASE is just going to be forced to run away.
You came here, you have to run away now. You saw 1v3, I saw 1v5 happening. That's one thing that happened. This guy alone took down so many teams all by himself, man. 7C Sphere, he needs to spot some more players if he wants. This guy is hungry. This guy is hungry for the kills. This guy is hungry for everything, the way he is doing stuff. But no, not anymore, as 7Cs gets eliminated. Finally, DRS gets this one. But man, what a fight.
I don't think it matters that he died. He secured 5 points for his team all alone, taking down 2 players first from a different squad, and then he gets charged upon. He was all alone, he gets charged upon, and he still does a 1v3. Well, the 4th player ran away. Not his fault. Couldn't do anything about it.
Doesn't
that
matter.
guy was quite far away. Doesn't matter. It was still a clutch.
The guy was like, hey, I have gun. I can use it.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, I'll show you. And he took down 3 players from the other team. I mean, he almost wiped out the squad. Had he just run out, he would have like wiped up the entire squad again. The circle, next circle shift is going to be coming up really soon. Team Bablu right at the center of the circle. Look at the circle shifting towards the Kritzas' inside as we were talking. Now, Team Bablu, A1 Esports, if you're talking about FSR inside the zone. Rest of the other teams have to get in. DE as well inside the zone side. It's kind of at the edge of the zone if you're talking about it. They might just take down VTN if an engagement happens. But for now, ASL Shari again surviving. 3 teams got eliminated, but for now Shari, he is staying away from the fight and staying low.
Yeah, he needs to stay low. He's the last player for his team, and so is well the player from ASE. They are playing along with each other. Yeah. They can like rotate with each other. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? I'm just gonna copy off your paper.
Yeah, I'm just going to copy off a paper, but you know, there's only 1 person who gets first position. The other one will have to go to the second one if they keep on copying.
Hey, just change it a little. Can I copy your homework? Yes, just change it a little.
Just change it a little. And what happens? I get first, you get second. We'll see what happens. Well, for now, but how the situation has just panned out, man. I'm still not over what 7C did.
I know what just happened. You remember how
the slot just woke up.
Yeah, the slot just woke up, and you remember how back in Spring Split we used to make fun of ruins on Miramar, and then it actually became a pretty decent place.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we used to make fun of the water circles on Vikendi. They went away. We miss them now. We were making fun for the last 2 days of how slow the gameplay on Vikendi was.
And now Vikendi kind of, just blew us apart by showing one of the best games in those slot times. I would say the slot zones have actually become, the slay zones, if you talk about it. Slot zones just turned up into slay zones, and that's what was happening. A1 Esports is done to take down one player. He takes down one, but well, we'll have to see how it just comes up. As we can see, Cooney going down. Yesterday, Cooney was MVP in Vikendi. Today, this guy just went down. He needs a revival. If it has to go, it will have to happen right now. Ghost, on the other hand, from SCYTES is trying to take down VTN's players because he knows Circle is going to be something of a villain for those people. VTN, they have to fight against Circle because this is going to be the 5th Circle, and 5th Circle means an important one for them. Ghost, look at him trying to take a top TPP. As of now, is fairly behind the wall. He knows if he takes up a jump one more step ahead, he will be climbing the wall onto the danger side. The Iwarusa as well on his G36C is trying to spot the players from ElementriX if he can, because if he does it, he will be taking them down.
Yeah, he will be taking them down, but DE, they need to come back in this. Oh. Jari just took down the other guy. Assiduous Esports, bye-bye from this game on the 13th position.
Well, you were copying my homework, but you reported me to the teacher. So that's one thing that happened as of now. But look at this now.
That's a backstab, bro.
Man, yeah. I mean, well, this game kind of goes like this. It's kind of survival of the fittest, right? You have to survive if you have to go for it. But now we'll see what happens in the situations out in this one. As you can see, Warusa has to spot the players. He's trying to look for them. If he spots them, he might just take them down and circle again. Look at this. Kritzas in the side. The S of Kritzas is kind of the central area, and that's something that way it might happen. Blah blah goes down by Varusa, who was using MP5K with the utmost perfection, if you're talking about it. Now, look at this. Varusa needs to spot another one. If Orange turns himself into a green crate, that ends everything. He has been spotted. Is giving up a revival. 35 more seconds on the clock. One good grenade, Varusa. It can take him down, but Varusa decides to move forward all on his own. He knows revival cancellation will be a critical factor out here. That's what he's looking for. But look at this. One grenade was popped up, but it was on the other side of the wall. Another, this time Molotov is taking down Blah Blah. Blah Blah is being burned. He is being burned. He goes down by the Molotov of Raided, sir. Now it comes down to Orange. What can Orange do in the situation? He needs to stay alive. 8 more seconds and the circle's coming up. The circle, the demon death circle is coming up out here. Another Molotov right back to the backside of Orange. But Orange can spot those people. He goes for a throwable of his own. That's not enough. Orange. Circle is doing bad to you, and you need to move forward. He sees his teammate go down right in front of him, and look at this. CZxHIGHVOLTAGE on the other hand, they also go down.
Yeah, this time Vikendi is a little different. It is aggressive. 24 minutes in, we are down to 11 teams already, 32 players alive. And JyanMaara Extreme, he's charging in. His opponents are going to be the players of SCYTES. Razor, he spotted him out. He spotted out Extreme while he was climbing up the slope and has actually tried to go for the knock. But Ghost, his teammate, gets the knock. So, doesn't matter. Same team, you are going to have to secure the points, and you have denied JyanMaara the opportunity to take you out. JyanMaara on the other side, they are not so lucky, as Extreme was the last man for his team. He's going to be taken out, and the squad is going to take an exit. SCYTES with this are going to move forward, and as you said, Ocean, so wonderfully, a couple of seconds ago the circle was in the middle of nowhere, but no! Steel shots, perfect spray. Mains ElementriX, they get eliminated on the 10th.
Yeah, his spray was so good that it, just took down that final player. And Abrupt Slayers also get eliminated on this situation as we are talking about it. 8 teams, 23 players. Raza might also be the next victim of Steel Shot as we are talking, but now they also need one revival. Kapshi's on the other side of FutureStation as we are talking about this as well. But Poison takes down Steel Shot, and that means Kapshi will be the lone man surviving as of now. Meanwhile, PNQ gets eliminated, 7 teams surviving, 20 players out in this one. We'll have to see how those 20 players, how those 20 brains work up, because that means 20 different strategies by each and every team, by each and every single player. If a solo player is surviving, Khan if he goes with a good grenade, he can take the players on the opposite side. As the revival is coming up, I don't know if Khan sensed them or has sensed them or not. Has an AWM, has a responsibility, needs to use this one. That means at least one airdrop was looted. He needs to actually take down one player if he has to showcase that immense talent that this gun, actually has. This game is all about your talent and how you take away with it. But well, let's see. One good Molotov coming up inside the smoke, but is gonna do nothing as of now.
Yeah, so Khan's position, I mean, he is in a really uncomfortable position right now. He's out in the open. He's the last man surviving for his team. But good thing for him, he has the AWM. He spots anyone, he's going to make sure that he secures the point for his team. But right now, DE, they look like they could be in trouble. 2 players have been taken down. It's just 2 players. And out in the open is where these final fights are going to happen. DE, on the minimap, you can say they have taken control of the circle for themselves. But what they thought was going to be the thing that led them to the victory could be the thing that leads them to the demise. Oh no! Sinister burning alive in the Molotov, quite crispy, but just barely managed to avoid it, get out of the damage radius and heals up his HP. But this man is going to be in a lot of trouble. He is all alone. His teammates are quite far away from him.
Well, I would say one thing. All right, as of now, you can see the team's names, right? So,
yeah.
I have been good with zone predictions. You've been good with predicting a team that wins, right? So, if you have to pick up a team, which team do you think has a best chance of winning? Because you can see the circle as well. CZxHIGHVOLTAGE gets eliminated, meanwhile. 6 teams. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, Mafia Ninja also goes down.
Yeah, I think this one has to be the game that A1 Esports take, given they need to play the team fight perfectly. They have the numbers, they have the control of the center, they have all 4 players. But on the other side, 247 as well, they are still in this one. Wait, they've been so passive, we did not see their name on the kill feed up until now.
Now you can see them because Khan goes again onto the other side of Bablu. That means another thing coming up from the last Miramar. They are just continuing everything from there. Where they ended, that's where they are starting from right now. Steel shot on this area, as you can see, is going to be taking up some fights of his own if he can go for it. We'll have to see how the situations just come up and how it just goes. As you can see, Shoikat has taken one. Team Bablu gets eliminated on the other side. This time, A1 Esports not making any mistake. Takes down an entire team of FutureStation. 3 teams remaining. A1 Esports again surviving in the situation, but 247 is also out there. Can they go for a back-to-back chicken dinner? Can they back those chicken dinners for themselves? Khan, you can see, has 3 bullets, has 40 on MP5K. That's a good combination, a different one, and a really good one because MP5K is heavily underrated on this map. And obviously, AWM, this gun needs no introduction. You can use it anywhere you want to. You'll be getting those kills if you just use it in the right area. On the other side, DRS is also there. DRS still trying to claim back their first position as the one that they knew yesterday. Back-to-back, they had chicken dinners. They are looking for another one in this today's Vikendi game. Let's see how it just comes up. They started the day with chicken dinner yesterday. They ended the day with chicken dinner yesterday. Today, they are going for the second game. This might be theirs. DRS versus 247 versus A1 Esports. This is a very interesting situation, as you can see.
Yeah, definitely. It is an interesting situation. Khan has totally been focused on the players of A1 Esports, and they are all right in front of them. He has the AWM in his hands, but he needs to get away. No! The Molotov comes in. Khan, he's going to be forced to step in front of the rock out in the open, and he's going to be finished off. But DRS, they pick up the kill. The final 2 teams remain. A1 Esports, the revive did come in for them. 4 versus 3 situation. AJ is going to be like, what did you say? It's a 4 versus 2 now. Dante has been taken down as well. A1 Esports in a lot of trouble right now. It's just going to be up on the last 2 players to make sure that they get the chicken dinner. Oh, Nima, finally, he's going to be shut out. Now it's going to be up to AJ and Golden to clutch out this fight. More damage being dished out. They know where the players are. The players on A1 Esports, they have a lot of pressure on them. They're going to be forced to move into the circle. That's going to be totally in control of DRS out in the open as well. So there's no way A1 Esports make it in. And my prediction, Ocean, was wrong because DRS, they already have this game in the back. All they have to do is just stand behind the same rock that they were behind and just wait.
Yeah.
Wait patiently.
No!
You go up in the front. He's been split up. He can't fall back now. But Nima, he's going to bleed to his death. Steel shot. He is still alive. 6ix9ine right beside him. AJ, he's prone down. He's moving forward slowly and steadily. Steel shot is going to go down. Now that means it is going to be a 2v1 situation. AJ gets up, finds 6ix9ine, finishes him off. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. DRS Gaming, they come back with a chicken dinner. Not just with a chicken dinner, with another chicken dinner.
This is the third. Yesterday, they started off the day with a chicken dinner. They ended the day with a chicken dinner. And now they went for the third one. Meanwhile, everyone's struggling to get the first.
Yeah.
They already have 3 in the bag. Think about
Stop
it.
hogging,
7
man.
games.
Stop hogging chicken dinners.
Oh, it's 7 games. And
Yeah.
they have 3 out of 7.
I mean, we were talking about consistency, right? And yesterday when I came in for Miramar, you and I were talking about off camera, you, me, and Fixes, and we were discussing like one team getting a chicken dinner and then just finishing last in the second game. Well, doesn't matter if you finish last. If in the third game you once again finish in the top 3, and then you get end up with 2 chicken dinners by the end of game 5, and next day you start off with the chicken dinner in the second game.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that as well. Let's have a look at the MVP as of now to see which player, you know, had amazing performance. Y'all, 7 kills, 29 minutes and 14 seconds of survival time, 690 damage, and 9.54. 9.5 kilometers of distance covered by this one particular lads, and 7 kills. That's a big number. I was certainly hoping somewhere, you know, if we'll be talking about top 5 players or something, we'll be seeing 7C's here as well in that one, because that guy did amazing back-to-back those 5 kills. Those were some amazing numbers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was amazing. These were amazing numbers as well, but not just from Golden, I have to say. It was the entire team of DRS. Nima, AJ, finding those openings on those players of A1 Esports, and especially I think DRS should be thanking Khan as well.
Yeah.
Because with the AWM, he was the one who actually made sure that A1 Esports weren't pushing in with all the 4 players.
That's totally true. Let's have a look at top 5 players as well, as we are, you know, continuing this discussion. As we are thanking some players, you can thank all these players. And out here, Fear is there. With the 5 kills of his own. Phobia, you can see 5 kills. Sinister, 4 kills. AJ with 4 kills. 663, 653 damage. I mean, those are some close numbers if we're talking about it. But Fear, nice efforts, man. You did amazing. You did something that I would say one of the best pro players in this entire world will be, you know, shaking their hands while doing. And this guy, you know, took down not 1, 2 different teams, not entire teams though, but yeah, 2 different teams if you're talking about it. Phobia as well, and Yolzen, an important match. You just made it yours.
Well, definitely. I mean, if we are gonna say someone who made this match who made Vikendi exciting this time around, would be Fear and the team of DRS Gaming.
People are facing their fears.
That's the thing. I think his entire concept of being called Fear is you need to fear me. You need to be scared when you come towards me.
Yeah.
But in that fight as well, I mean, that was an impressive fight. I have to talk about this for a couple of seconds. Because Malik, he, as you were pointing it out, jumping out, coming on the outside of the compounds, that was super important. But then from there on out, as the players of 7C were approaching him, his positioning was also really impressive.
Yeah.
He was constantly making sure that he was in the line of fire of his own teammates. Otherwise, if he was still standing behind the wall and if he, the players of 7C were to engage on him, his teammates were right here. There is an entire house right here. There is no cover fire coming in. And that is something. Positioning yourself in the line of your teammates, in the line of sight of your teammates is super important. And it's something that you need to keep in your mind always during team fights.
That's totally true. You need to get kills, you need to use smokes. Let's have a look at the match summary as well, as we are, you know, discussing about all these things, all those minute details. 179 smokes and 8s coming up. 2 airdrops looted. One of them had an AWM, 12 headshots, 68 knocks, and 58 kills. So conversion ratio pretty good. Still, I'm looking for vehicle kills, man. Give me that.
Yeah, we've been waiting since yesterday.
Yesterday we saw 9 grenade kills in just the first match. That was some, you know, quite a bit of a number. But for now, vehicle kills is something that's still 0.
I think the first match that we do see a vehicle kill, and it has to be pretty special. We're gonna wait, but
I'm talking about teams like DRS. They go for vehicle kills, but they're still inside the vehicle, under the water, and then they shoot. Those are their vehicle kills if you're talking about.
That doesn't count, though.
Yeah,
that doesn't count. that doesn't count. You have to drive over someone. All right, we're gonna wait for it. Let's see when the teams and the players fulfill our wishes and our audience's wishes.
Yeah,
drive over someone in game.
Yeah, we'll see through those things as well, as we'll be discussing, you know, about the other stats as well. That will be on our screen slowly and steadily, and we are talking about game standings. When we talk about those things, we'll be looking at game standing and seeing, you know, where this particular game of Vikendi takes everyone.
29
14.
points.
Yeah, I mean 15, 12, 10 sites, 2 placement points.
Yeah,
2
9 kills.
And 7 Cs, 8 kills. 0 placement. This is where, you know, I would say maximally this point system is skill oriented. This is where it is. If you don't take kills, you're not surviving there for too long. I mean, obviously, you're not surviving there for too long. But if you don't take kills, you are not in those charts where you need to show yourself.
Well, definitely. And along with that, I have to say one thing. This new point system also really, really, really rewards you for being consistent.
Yeah.
If you are not consistent, if you are like, all right, one match we are going to get like 20 kills with 20 placement points, and the next 4 games we are just going to finish at the last position, that is not going to work out. It's going to be more beneficial for you to be inside of the top 3 and get 5 to 6 kills every single time. The more consistent you are, the better it's going to be for you. Otherwise, if in one match, if someone else pops off, they are instantly going to catch up to you and the pressure is going to be on you. That's why DRS Gaming, after this match, are going to be really, really, really far ahead of the rest of the competition, and the only time the other teams are going to be able to catch up to them is going to be the time when DRS are not going to be playing and they're going to be sitting out of the matches.
But that's one thing, it becomes incredibly difficult for the other teams to actually catch them up if we're talking about it. We'll be seeing the overall standings as well as we'll be, discussing about all these things. But when they were, when they were starting, yesterday we saw, all right, 1 chicken dinner, it's good. Every team kind of gets that. We'll see one winner, right? So 1 chicken dinner, okay. 2 chicken dinners, that's a good day. But today is the 3rd. That means this team is not here to stop. This team's not stopping. This team has to, I would say, DRS, D stands for demons or something, I know.
Well, I guess they are demons, in fact, because they do play like monsters, and it is amazing to see how they perform. I think it is time we have a look at the overall standings and see where they actually are. Have they crossed? I was going to ask, have they crossed the 100-point mark? They are sitting at 113 right now. Below them, on the 2nd position, it's going to be A1 Esports on 70 points. That's a big gap.
The team that's on 2nd has half the placement points that they actually have. And that's all thanks to, I would say, 45 points. 15, 15, 15 for those chicken dinners is what they are having. 3 chicken dinners, 47 kills. I would say kill department is very good with A1 Esports as well. They got 37 for themselves in 7 matches. But Team T2K is something that I have to see. They are still in top 10, Team T2K. They have 4 games played. It means they'll be coming back. And when they come back, they'll be trying to go for more games. And this is one team that has no chicken dinner but still was looking really consistent yesterday. So yeah, that's something good. We'll see how much they put on their efforts today. But DRS, they have played each and every game, and they are still untouchable. No one's 7-7-7. That means all the teams that are out here have played, each and every game. But DRS, they know the mindset of each and every one.
Yeah, they know the mindsets, and I have to say, it doesn't matter if you have played all the games, but you need to be really consistent. They are way far ahead of the other teams who have played in all the 7 games, and that speaks a lot about how this team has been performing. But on the other side, another stat that speaks a lot about the team that has not been performing, look at Assiduous Esports, sitting on the 14th position. 7 matches played, just 22 points scored.
Yeah, so that's something I would say alongside PN Crew as well. I mean, PN Crew, they haven't played that much matches, but yeah, as it is something that I'll be worried about as well, right? So they have that talent, but I would say mistakes, and not good mistakes, right? You cannot say it's good mistakes or bad mistakes now. It's just weird mistakes that are happening right now. And all right, so for this one, it was, I would say, it's done. But Erangel is going to be the next map. Erangel is something that everyone knows what they are doing, because everyone has played that. I mean, the maximum number of times.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have literally played it since you installed the game, and
since you were born with the game, I would say.
Yeah, since you installed the game, and you start playing the match on Erangel. That's where most of the basics of the game are learned as well. That's where you practice a lot, because, well, this map calls for everything. Calls for rotations to be on point, calls for team fights to be on point, calls for individual skills to be on point, and you can't just mess up on one aspect and come out on top.
Exactly. The discussions of Erangel are over. Right after a short break, we'll be seeing the actual match, so you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right out there soon. Stay watching. Ladies and boys and girls, welcome back to PMPL South Asia Scrims Season 3. This is I Super Johnny John. My name is Oshin Sharma, and you know, we were talking about basics. Let's just get into the game of Erangel, which is basically the first game everyone gets, and the flight path is amazing.
It's basically the first game, but today it is match number 3. The flight path starts from Severny and goes all the way towards the Primorsk area. So Novorepnoy, Milta, Lipovka, Kameshki. Well, you can still go to Kameshki, but all the other places on the eastern side of the map are going to be quite far away for the players to reach.
I mean, yeah, you can still go to Kameshki, plus Zarki as well. I would like, you know, with the teams and everything, it all just comes down to how the teams will be playing and what is going to happen, what's not going to happen with the mindset of the players as they are moving on back to their OG map, right? Plus, if you're talking about the numbers and whatnot, this is the final game for Group A for today, and then Group B is something that's going to be, you know, just chipping in. So Group A, they need to do everything, and they need to do it good.
Exactly. They need to do everything that they can to make sure that the last game that they're playing is going to work out for them. But on the other side, what about the rest of the teams? The teams that are coming in, especially the teams from Group E, they need to work extra hard because they are going to be starting at a disadvantage. Don't look at it this way, that all right, we still have more matches to go. We have more opportunities. Because before you realize you're going to be sitting at the same number as the rest of the teams, you're going to have to think it in the way of, all right, these guys had a head start. Doesn't matter. We still need to work as hard as we can to come back in and to match their sort of performance with extra games still on our side. If teams can actually achieve that, they are going to be earning so many points for themselves by the end of the scrims.
Yeah, and this is a pretty standard circleism and a proper centralized circle. We'll be just seeing a few hard shifts if we're talking about after the third zone or something. Well, talking about Group A, we have High Voltage, we have Stalwart Esports, we have FutureStation and R3D. Those teams are going to be saying goodbye after this game. And then there's going to be the arrival of Venom Legends, Inertia Esports, PAINxELMT and T2KSG. Those teams will be coming in from Group B. We'll see what happens with those situations. But Group C, that has Team Bablu, VTNxJyanMaara, A1 Esports and DEADEYES guys will still be there. Alongside Group D, that has the topping table team, DRS Gaming, 247 Gaming, Assiduous Esports and Abrupt Slayers. And Group E, 7Cs, you know the guy that did wonders in the previous game, CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, PN Crew and ElementriX.
Yeah, definitely, and it is going to be quite an interesting situation. But R3D, so R3D, the thing that happens with them is going to be quite unfortunate. They get into those unfortunate team fights wherein they are the ones who are always caught off guard, and they need to be careful about that right now as well. Look at this.
Unfortunate situation. Yeah, coming up alongside DE Shifu. So I want to ask you, right?
Yeah.
R3D, this is their final game for today. How should they be taking it?
I think they need to slow down the pace. They basically need to make sure that they think every map is Vikendi. They need to they need to just play as slow as they can, play the edges, go for the late rotations during the early stages, play the center during the late game stage, and just pick up as many kills as you can during the extreme late game stages. R3D, as I was saying, it's really unfortunate what happens to them, what's been happening to them so far in these scrims. They always get caught off guard, and it's this one individual player being picked off and one after the other. Look at this. Walker, he's going to get taken down again. Joker on the rooftop. Can he take this fight? 1 versus 3 situation. Spots out one, goes for the shots a little bit slow on the reaction. He's going to get in some trouble as he has been spotted out already. He has the Mini 14 in his hand. He switches over to the Mini 14, goes back for the PP Bison, but he's going to get flanked upon.
Yeah, he's going to get flanked on right now, Joker. But he needs to do something incredible if he has to go for it. Look at that grenade. All right. That was almost on point. Another one almost on point, but still no damage done to him. He still survives, but he has to stay put from on top. Who's actually behind him? On top is not on top, but knows how to do the damage as Walker is low on HP. Now on top, the signal has been given that the guy is down. You need to take one down. Joker was surviving on 1 HP. Not anymore. He will be finished up by Varusa, and the revival is coming in onto Shifu's side. I mean, this is looking really good on top with a brilliant strategy just to stay behind the team and so that he could give a proper area. Let's see how he just comes up with the situations.
Yeah, but Anubis and Shaw, just 2 more players remaining in the team, and it is going to be a 2 versus 4 situation, but they can still survive. They have taken down 1, they have taken down Rated. Oh, then a grenade.
I mean, he's
just a
still
little
gonna.
more elevation. Just a little more elevation.
But I would
and that guy would be
say
there.
why
Yeah.
using your utilities if you know the player. Now you should use your utility when you know the smoke's coming up. Someone might be coming out there to revive. Now use the nade and now try to take another one down if you can go for it. We'll see what Anubis does. Anubis was taking up those jump TPPs for now, but now it just comes down to those things. I mean, now you should not be reviving in that open area. If I was someone from R3D, I would have just spammed the nades or something if I had those. Well, Shaw and Anubis are two survivors. They are moving back because this is the last game for the day for R3D. If they go down, and they would not want that as they lost to two of their, I would say, gem of the players already. Now Shaw is out there onto the open area. He's trying to move backwards. Plus this new iteration of Erangel also plays quite a bit with the mind of these players, because they'll be thinking that they know the old Erangel, but that new tint of something can actually change quite a lot of things. And Nubis gets shot, gets down. One final player from R3D is surviving. Nope, spoke too soon. R3D becomes the first team to get eliminated. But no, from the backside, CZ, another team from Group A, is coming up for the fight. Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Yeah,
Red Dot's praise.
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah.
Did he just do that? Scar and Red Dot at that big of a distance.
He finished the knocked out guy, so the kill was not his. It was Ozzy's, but Ozzy, we know this is an incredible player. Plus, this person lives, quite far away from his players. Like literally, he lives far away, so he has to, manage quite a lot of things alongside the practice as well. And this guy practices insanely. I talked to him quite a few, days back, and this guy practices insanely.
Well, you need to practice. You need to always be outperforming the other lads. You need to out-practice them and outshine them. And the only way it works out is if you grind, right? You need to work hard. There is no substitute for hard work, and that's why all these players are here. All of them, all the teams that are present here, that's why they are here. And now this is like an exam. So what they did earlier on, all that practice, all that grind, the scrims that they used to play, the practice matches, that was homework. This is the exam.
I love one thing you said.
Yeah.
In order to win this game, you need to do hard work. There's no substitute to hard work. Previously, with the previous point system, there was one substitute to hard work, that was camping. Like you can get 20 points, and the other one was getting 14.
Not if
the kills come up.
Yeah.
I get that. I know that. But still, like think about it. Previously, so this is what it is. Now you need to practice. That's what I'm saying as well, right? Now you need to practice. You need to practice a lot more, because if you practice, you get more kills.
Yeah. So you used to be a teacher, right?
Yeah.
So I think you'll understand it this way. Earlier on, the passing percentage was 60. Right now, it's 80.
Yeah, that's totally true, and that's your school we're talking about. Well, so if we're talking about it, it becomes difficult.
Yeah,
now
it is difficult. Obviously.
Now you just don't have to memorize everything. You need to use them at the right area.
Yeah.
Because we all know AKM does damage, but AKM does damage how and when is the right time that you can take a kill. Plus, now the best time is if you steal someone else's kills. Imagine how difficult it will be for them.
I think this man showcased it perfectly in the map of Vikendi Fear. He had the assault rifle on him. He had the G36C, but he knew he was at an extremely close range. The players were going to try and rush him. He switched over to the SMG. He ran out of ammo as well. But to have the sense of mind, to be calm enough to realize, all right, if I go for the reload, doesn't matter if I get it, the assault rifle is not going to be able to handle multiple people in close ranges. It's better if I go for the finish with the SMG. Switches over to the Micro Uzi and goes for the finish.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the first circle is going to be close again as of now, as you can see, and we'll have to see how the circle just comes up, how the players will be moving on with the circle, as every one of them, each and every one is inside the zone for now. But then for some, it might favor you. For some, it might just not favor you. PN crew, Ayush is somewhere near to the drop. If he wants to go for the drop, he gets that drop. So we'll have to see if he, just enjoys the drop or not, because those things are quite important for him as well. Well, as we are talking, we will be seeing of what happens and what does not happen. But the circle goes for a southern-ish side shift, and this airdrop has an AWM for itself.
Yeah, the big green cannon, the responsibility. Also talking about green things, it also has a ghillie suit.
Yeah, I mean that's all. I would say ghillie suit is something that people kind of want when they're just going for those sneaky kills in the final circles. But you cannot carry. I mean, you can carry ghillie suit from the first zone to the final zone if you want to go for it. But I would say it really outshines in the final zones only, because if you get, suppose if it's a third or a fourth airdrop and the circle's like what, fifth or sixth circle, then if you're picking up a ghillie suit, you can just make your way around with those ghillie suits.
Definitely, definitely. And I think having the ghillie suit with the sniper is always even better, right? You can stay on long distances, but this is going to be a close fight. DRS Mafia Ninja spots out one player, but it is not going to matter. The squad was traveling in a vehicle. Oh, he sees another one. This man is stuck in the middle of nowhere. His teammates are nowhere to be seen, and he has spotted out two teams. They stopped to take a fight, but now the backup has arrived. Mafia Ninja needs to be careful. You guys need to take down this one individual lad as fast as you can. Nima, he spots him out, goes for the shots, misses them, and Nima is getting shot upon, drops down to 50% HP. He goes behind some cover, is not going to be able to take out his opponents, but the movements are being restricted. Nima is so low, but he is still surviving. Outside in the open, his teammate has taken control of the compound, but PN crew, they are putting so much pressure. I think this match, DRS, they are going to take an early exit, because this is a three-man squad that is playing here, and they have been surrounded from all direction. In the front of them is going to be the squad of PN crew who have spotted them out. They have another squad in the flank, but PN crew actually just decide to go full passive mode, and they get away. They do not want to fight in the early stages, but another fight happening right now on our screens. It's going to be Abrupt Slayer versus High Voltage. An assassin is going to live up to his name and takes down Heaven.
Well, it takes down one. As of now, we're talking about Heaven. But, well, ASL, they need to, just change everything now in their strategies as we are talking. They should not be predictable, Abrupt Slayers, because these guys are really hardworking when it comes to drills, when it comes to practices, when it comes to those stuff. So we'll see if something new just, comes out of them. If not, well, then it's still kind of a decent thing. Not bad, I would say. Well, for now, as you can see, again, players coming up. Kuni was trying to take one down. Shari would have been taken down this one. The person who was last surviving from his squad in the previous match. Well, we'll see how it just goes up into the situations, as Assassin once again was trying to spot the players, but Nay7 will be enjoying the loot that he got, will be enjoying the hard work's fruits that were actually just ripening up. For now, the team of CZ, they have 3 kills. They need to get more, and they need to get more now.
Yeah, they definitely need more kills. It's still the early stages of the match. 15 teams still here, 56 players still alive. We have just reached the 11-minute mark right now. So it's still the very early stages of this map of Miramar. No, another AWM coming in the second airdrop. But this time along with the suppressors for the AR and the level 3 kit.
Another airdrop just coming up. So that means, it's just for these players like last time we saw 247's one player. Now we need more AWMs just to going down. We'll see how the players just scope up and use those AWMs and whatnot. But for now, if we're talking about it, and for now, if we're saying the circle is going to take another shift, and we'll see how that shift just comes up. And that's a centralized one. That's a very good central shift, and that gives quite a lot of time for some teams to just stay in. And we are talking about Kuni's team, that is CZ, that already is looking good for the kills. But FS is moving from their back end side. Bablu as well. ElementriX onto the southern side with A1 Esports, as we can see the names. Well, 247 are quite outside the circle. They can move from Pochinki because that's just an open area.
Yeah, it is going to be an open... Pochinki is uncontested right now, but as you said, open area, I think the circle is also going to be out in the open.
Yeah.
I need to make sure, like, playing the edge right now, I think, is going to be a perfect strategy for the teams that do need to slow down the pace, do need to get those placement points consistently. If you make it into the top 4, kills are going to come your way automatically.
Yeah. Well. VTN. They are also quite at the edge of the blue circle and all those things. I mean, so blue zones is something, you need to be aware of from the circle 3. Always. If you're playing, if you're not playing, if you're just watching or anything, you remember circle 3. After that is something, it gets to serious business and you need to be there. PN's Poison, PN's Boro, they are also, trying to spot the players. That's ASE, what they can see. So that's one thing. But on the other side, A1 Esports also has spotted them. Sandesh has to take some players down if he can. Otherwise, they have a vehicle, they have a good area, they're inside the circle. They can wait for one zone to just go for it. Well, we'll see how it just comes up.
Yeah, we're going to see how it comes up and how things turn out. But for now, DRS. Alright, so this is a 3-man squad right now. Do you think it's going to be 3-man because, well, they are just going to try and see if they can make this work?
Well, we all need to, just go for it. Because three-man squad doesn't mean... See, it doesn't mean that three-man squad is like you are weak. It all comes down to strategy. And this team has got 3 chicken dinners. I would say they can go for another one.
They can go for another one, but I think you can practice three-man squad. Just try and play without that one crucial player. And then when you go... So, because these are the scrims, right? We were talking about why scrims are important. You need to practice your strategies. You need to figure out what works and what doesn't. This can basically turn into a 3-1 split on the entire map. If you're able to take fights with just 3 players and still come out on top, that one free rotating player is free to do whatever he wants up until the extreme late game stages.
Yeah. Well, that's true. And with those three-man squads, I would say, see, some things quite change. One of those things is pressure increases. Because previously, all of them had, obviously, every person individually has 100% of the pressure.
Yeah.
But it kind of gets distributed in 25, 25, 25, that kind of a thing, right? So, yeah, that's the thing. But for now, if we talk about it, if you're a three-man squad, it gets increased to 33%. Yeah. So, it's like kind of an extra pressure. Plus, there's one side that you're not looking at. Because all of your players are looking at 4 different directions. But if it's a three-man squad, there's one direction that remains uncontested. And that kind of quite changes quite a lot of things. We'll see what happens as we are moving to another circle, quite on the backsides of Pochinki, and open area, and open ground. And ASL, they have a good area. See, there's a diversion in the middle side of the mid road. The circle, if it shifts to the northern side, that's where ASL will be shining up.
Yeah, ASL is going to have a wonderful time. Also, there's this slight high ground over there where ASL is actually already taken control of it. So if the circle moves to where Ocean you say it is going to go, I think I agree with you. ASL is going to have a comfortable time. Look at that. Third airdrop, another AWM.
So many responsibilities, man. So many responsibilities.
Yeah, it's so tiring.
It's so tiring. I would say no one takes AWM now because it's so many on the ground.
AWM only Erangel. Imagine that. That's what we're having right now.
That's what we are having. I mean, I don't know. These are some settings that have changed everything. But well, for now, let's see. Fights are coming up. As we can see here, Team Bablu engaging against ElementriX. Oh my god. 2 different amazing regions just taking up amazing fights. Nang goes down. Orange is out on the other side. Team Bablu's Johnny goes down as well. Teen Wolf goes down by Orange. Orange single-handedly, just trying to take down the players. Teen Wolf will be biting the dust in the situation. Nang as well, as he gets eliminated as the kill was stolen by Tamim. Now Orange has to move forward, but Dani, he gets a revive. Pikachu will be going for a good grenade. If he has spotted one, that one grenade can take down Orange. Will they go for it? Look at this. They are cooking it good. No, it stays in. He has gone out, but his HP has been taken down quite aggressively. Orange bites the dust as A1 Esports' Sinister takes the last of him, and ElementriX gets eliminated on 15th position.
Well, definitely 15. They are not going to be too happy about it. But Tamim from Team FS just trying to see if he can catch anyone with the tap shots. Oh, right. DE stepping into the action. They take down one of their opponents. It's going to be quite an intense fight, but 7C is on the other side taking the fight against the players of Stalwart. Baba, he's going to get a knock. But, oh, Mr. Smokey and Love, they are quite close. Where is Fear? Is he still alive? Is the man, the king of clutches, still in this matchup? That's going to be a pretty big question. But this is going to be quite tricky because VTNxJyanMaara, they are here and they are here to fight. So 7C, they are taking an engagement from 2 different directions. Also, this is right on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, this is right on the edge of the circle as we are talking, as we are saying. As of now, 4th zone coming in slowly and steadily in PT, and they need to take down 7Cs and 7Cs. If we talk about 7Cs for today, my name is going to go just one player. You need to face the Fears, and that's where it is. Well, we'll see what happens in those situations. And BN Poison takes down ASE's Crazy, if you're talking about it. And VTN, all 4 players have focused on just one player. Look at this. Everyone just spraying on one player. Why is that happening? But that actually gets one kill for themselves. As you can see, Memo goes down. But no, on the other side, Fear goes down as well. A good grenade came up. Takes down a hell lot of damage, I would say, out here. And one final player surviving. One final player from both the teams is surviving. Love, you have one job. Go and get those kills. You have one job. Take down one final player if you can go for it. Love switches to M4. Has to take one player. Takes him down to a slither of HP. But no, someone else does it. And that was Joker.
We are going to find out who got the last kill. It was, or it was another team, in fact.
Oh, it was
ST Blade.
And so well, things happen. 7Cs, but they still are trying to live. I would say love is there, but it is like he's at the edge of the circle, so he has to move in, and he has to move in really fast. As the zone will be coming up really soon. On to the next one, and that's where CZ will be shining, because CZ is inside the circle. That team is probably with numbers and inside the circle as well. SCYTES as well, but they don't have numbers. As you can see, the players are quite apart from each other. Plus, on the other side, on the right-hand side, there's a cluster of teams, and they have to go really, really fast as much as they can.
Definitely, they need to travel super fast, but I want to see at what point do STE decide to go in for the engagement and get the free kills that were just lying out in front of them. But they do spot the players of 247, they let them get away, and I think this team, STE, now the focus for them becomes how to get inside the circle. Which, for some reason, moved away from where we thought it was going to go. It is now on the western side of the previous circle. So, SCYTES and High Voltage in a really good position. 247 taking the northern part of the circle, and FS, the squad of FutureStation, they are moving extreme north as well. So after the edges have already been claimed is when the trouble begins. Look at that. High Voltage taking down the players of PS, but the nade from Phobia is going to do damage to everyone. FutureStation take down one of their own as well. SCYTES in some trouble. Abrupt Slayers, they can exit on the 12th position, and this is going to be quite interesting. Phobia stuck in a 1v1 against the player of FutureStation, and he is looking to charge upon, but is he going to go on the revive for Abu? The answer is going to be yes, the revive is going to come in. If you charge 2v1, that can be tricky. You need to go in now, but now the damage is going to come in. Machine, he is surviving, but at least he is still alive, because Phobia has been taken down with the utility.
I mean, Machine did use grenades. Grenades came up really good. Phobia was taken down by Machine's grenades its own self. 247 Gaming using V-Assist right now. Let's see what it does. I mean, it's a silent killer if you're talking about it. Less number of bullets as well, but still it works. It works in the good ways. STE's blade was out there, but Bablu Pikachu low on HP. One good shot can take him down. He still survives to see another day right now. But for how long? Look at this. The shots are constantly on that side. Ghost is trying to do something as he is. But with the situations, the center of the zone is where everything comes up. The next circle is going to be chiming in, and as we were saying, onto the northern side of that road is where the circle is going. That means the teams will have to see every inch of the rotation. Bablu, oh my god, one final thing, one final shot would have taken him down, but still he survives. Phobia on the other hand needs a revival grounding, so that's going to be something, because it is really tricky. 7C Esports on the other side gets eliminated. We are down to 9 teams. No, we are down to another one as Stalwart gets taken down.
Yes, Stalwart is going to be out of this game, but Bablu also in some trouble as Danny was knocked out. PN still in the fight against the players of A1 Esports. Sandesh is just the only man who is going for the engagement. Where is the rest of his team? He gets one more knock on Sinister. Now it's going to be Steel Shot he has to deal with. That's not going to happen. Steel Shot, Shoycott in fact, I'm sorry, finishes him off, and PN Crew, they take an exit on the 9th position. So it's just 8 teams now in this match. 22 players still alive. A1 Esports, they had a small hiccup, but they still survive.
Well, yes, this will survive as of now, but look at the situations. We are down to the final circle. 6th zone is where we are, and 5 more seconds, and another one is going to be collapsing really, really soon. Look at this. Phobia moving forward. They lost a boot, but not all hope is lost. Ghost needs to put up those heals. He will be doing it as we are talking. If not, he will be a dead man. A dead crit out there. Bablu Pikachu goes down. That means another team just ending up with their legacy. That was Team Bablu. Look at this. No, Kuni goes down. CZ, they have been taken upon in the situation as A1 Esports was moving forward, but no, it's just one final player surviving. 6ix9ine, how far can he go? Ozzy's out there, Assassin as well, but 6ix9ine, one good thing is that he is surviving onto the other side. Assassin can actually take him down if he goes for it, but he knows with a good grenade he can actually take one more down. That was a good grenade, but you need guns on your hands. Revive is coming up from both the sides. This looks tricky, this looks tricky, this looks tricky, the way they are doing it. Revives on this side and that side of this wall. Inside the compound and outside the compound, but now Uzi moves forward, takes down one another time. Uzi goes down. Kuni is surviving, but for how long, as he is the last man again. 6ix9ine, go for the kills. Go for the kills. You can revive them later, my friend. Look at this. Assassin's moving forward again. 6ix9ine needs to go for it. Now 2 players coming up. Takes another one. Can he? No, he cannot. Sinister is the last man surviving right now. Sinister, not all hope is lost. This fight is more about the revivals than it's about the game, than it's about the gun. As we are talking, Sinister, if he goes down, and yes he does, CZ by an inch win this one.
Yeah, definitely. And by an inch is the perfect word for it. But on the other side, high voltage, they need to be careful as well. That fight made a lot of noise. We're down to 5 teams, 12 players alive. The circle has not been big enough for everyone. Every single team is right now sitting on the edge. Also, high voltage, they need to come in with a revive. Look at this. Gurkure from ASC, the last man for his team, hiding behind a haystack.
That's the thing I would say, but haystack is something, you know, it's giving, if it's, you know, giving them cover, it works. Well,
Yeah.
for now, 12 players surviving. We're down to just 6 circle. I mean, 7 circle is going to be coming up really soon. And if you're talking about it, FS is looking good because they have a good area for themselves, looking about the groups and whatnot. Group A again. This is the last game. And if you're talking about Group A, FutureStation, CZ, are 2 teams that are surviving for one good chicken dinner. If they can get that, they will be looking really, really, really good if you're talking about it. But, well, DE is surviving as well. Goes putting up a smoke trail just for him to move forward. A good wall might be just made up.
Yeah, and that is what we have to think about right now. It is going to be quite tricky to make this work. All right. He has the smoke for the cover, but is that going to work out? High voltage with the high ground. Phobia, he is still taking the fight. Just a slight slope helping him out, but is he going to be able to win this one? It is going to be a 1v2. He needs to be really, really careful. He is still charging in from the flank. He is going to be spotted out, but Assassin just drives by past him. And Assassin, he leaves his teammates behind. High voltage messed this up slightly, but it is going to be a costly one as they take an exit on the 5th position.
He went for the airdrop just to get a good cover and maybe level 3 sub, but he went down in the situation. DE Warusa surviving all alone in this area. 7 kills for himself, but how long can this just go on? He has an M16, might just go for the burst shots if he wants to go for it. Has a 6 times as well. That will be looking really good. FSS Tamim is moving as well in the situation. ASE's Kurkure as well, but 8 people alive. 1 more goes down. Warusa goes down by the play zone, being out there. Deadeyes guys also gets eliminated. 3 teams surviving. Ghost giving up a good revive to his player. This is the time to return the favor as Ghost was knocked out previously. He got a good revive in the situation. Good career as well as the solo surviving person out here. 10 seconds, 10 meters is the distance that he has to go for. 7th circle just closing in. In the situation, FS is looking really good with the numbers. Phobia takes down Kurkure. That is the end of Assiduous Esports right now. But Sides versus FS is what it comes down to. And Ghost with a good grenade. Will this be the connecting one? Machine might just go down. No, 25 HP is something that they lost right now. Razor and Ghost are out there too. Players in this area. If you're talking about the numbers, this looks like a 3 versus 3 situation.
Yeah, it is going to be quite an interesting situation right now. Sides versus FS. Tamim, he spots out one. The shots in his directions are there. But Phobia is going to be taken down by Tamim. 3 versus 3 becomes a 3 versus 2. Sides sit at a disadvantage. Razor and Ghost, they are going to have to take this fight all on their own because Phobia is quite far away. And it's going to be quite tricky to get to him and give him the revive. He made the same mistake as Assassin. He thought he could get some cover behind the airdrop, and he got punished.
Yeah, he got punished bad. But now, if you're talking about it, 2 teams surviving. 6 players alive as we can see the numbers, but the numbers game is not what it is. It's going to be the gun game as Phobia buys the dust. Tamim gets 1 for himself, has 3 kills, but can he actually take those 4th and the 5th one for himself? And the team is going to be having 7, 8 or 9 kills. What's going to happen as the circle just progresses? Another airdrop had an AWM in itself. This is the 4th AWM out of those 5 drops as we were talking. But well, Tamim is moving forward. The snake is slithering, but he needs to bite really soon. As you can see, he's moving forward. 40 bullets in his AK. Can he take down Razor? Can he take down Ghost? Can he spot them? What's happening? This is the 8th circle that's closing in slowly and steadily. He is shooting. He's trying to go for the shots. Razor has a good cover. Kapshi takes down Ghost. 1 player. Razor has everything on his own shoulders as Tamim confirms another kill. 3 people moving forward. This is not just a win. This is those 15 points that they wanted. FutureStation, future win. It comes to them and they get in the best of the fashions.
Well, finally they get the chicken dinner for themselves, and that was something that the team desperately needed. The final push, I mean, it was quite impressive the way they stayed calm. Both the teams in the 3v3 came up with the same strategy. It was like basically having a mirror in between them. 2-1 splits from both the sides. I found that pretty funny.
I would say that was pretty funny. Exactly,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny the way it happened. But well, FS they backed this one.
Yeah.
And this was quite needed, I would say, for these teams. I mean, for both the teams, if you have to talk about it. But well, one of them will be the winner. The other one has to finish off at the second position. Plus, they get good kills. And I would say Tamim was a really, really good player. He not even he just, confirmed his own kills. He actually assisted in quite a lot of them.
Exactly, creating opening for your teammate, be it just with literally just taking down, knocking down one of the guys on the opposing side, or dishing out enough damage so that your teammate, when they come in with just 1 or 2 hits, they get the knock for themselves. Those little things matter a lot in team fights.
Yeah, those actually matter a lot. Let's have a look at the MVP as well. As you know, the player who made an impact on this game, it was Uzi. 4 kills. And CZ, oh my, they had an impressive fight when they were revivals and fights back to back. And Uzi, I would say, was an MVP of that one as well.
Definitely Aussie with 4 kills, 22 minute 31 second survival time, 634 damage, and 5.32 kilometers distance traveled.
Let's remember the start of the game when at the
Yeah.
Rosa killed the red dot Scarlet spray. This guy was the one who was doing that.
Yeah, and that was a ballsy move, man. The distance was like insane, and he was like, "I'll try it."
I'll try. Oh, I got that.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks a lot for trying.
Cool.
I mean, cool. No doubt. Well, if you're talking about one player, I mean, Aussie did amazing, but so far, I would say his team was not in the top 2 if you're talking about it. Let's have a look at the top list as well, and let's see where the winning team's players just come up. If you're seeing it, Ghost is out there. I mean, the team stood at the second position, and
They aren't there.
yeah, I mean, they are there. The winning team is something that I wanted to see. I mean, I wanted to see Tamim out here, but well, Tamim did not have, out there. But from the new formula is when it all just comes up.
Yeah, new formula doesn't mean. I mean, had it been the new formula, then we would have had the MVP from the winning team. But no, now everything matters. Damage matters, kills matter, your survival time also matters. I mean, you have to make sure that overall you're performing really good.
Yeah, and that's important, right? When we started this game, it was like, you need to learn every basic.
Yeah.
Now you need to not just learn, you need to apply every basic as well. I mean, the game is about the basic stuff. And that's how how complex you can make it.
The 4 pillars.
Yeah, the 4 pillars: landing, looting, rushing, and survival. But how complex you can make that does not make a difference. It's just like how basically you understand. It's like that one thing that was very well said. I'm not afraid of those 1,000 moves that you learn. I'm just afraid of that one move that you learn 1,000 times.
That was Bruce Lee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's important. But well, let's have a look at the match summary as well. Let's see how many smokes and nades were. Did it just 1,000? No, it was just 196.
All right, 196. I mean, I'm going to be super impressed if one day we have this insane match and there's going to be 1,000 utility.
Yeah, that's totally true.
That's
but well,
impossible though.
2 airdrops looted. I can guarantee you they were just AWMs. Because whole map, just AWMs were in the airdrops. No other gun.
Yeah, no other weapons. It's just AWMs. I'm pretty upset with the kill conversion though. 75 knocks, 58 kills confirmed.
75 knocks. I would say that's one of the highest knock numbers that we actually got in this one. Plus, obviously, it all comes down to Erangel. Plus, it was an open map, open area. The backside of Pochinki, the open road that there is. So players were, just trying to go with the confirmations. They could not confirm all of them, although. But still, good knocks means. So I would say you can see it as a good thing as well. Good, you get so many knocks. That means, you can spot players, you have your gun power. But you could not convert them. That just means one thing, that the players also know how to save themselves.
Yeah, you need to know how to save themselves as well. Because we have seen those few crucial IGLs, those scouts who play really far up ahead from this team to scout out the opponents. But when they get knocked down in such a weird position that their opponents find it really difficult to finish them off.
Yeah, that's totally true. But let's have a look at the standings as well for this game, and let's see where these teams are going. As you can see, 9 kills, so no double digits, but still 9 comes up as a good number as you get 24 total points. Then 19 for Team SCYTES, and then 15, 14. High Voltage had an impressive performance. Assiduous Esports, they had 1 kill in this one, makes them 11 points as they had 10 placement points for themselves. But 7 Cs, again, looking good with kills. 4 kills on their name, but 1 placement point gets them onto the 8th position as we're talking.
Yeah, 8th position is where they're going to be, but moving forward in the standings, we have to look at the rest of the teams as well. Stalwart Esports securing 4 points. R3D, they did not have a fun time. Along with, out of everyone else, DRS Gaming. So, 0 points for them.
I mean, still they are untouchable, right? So it does not even make a difference for them. They'll be, I would say, they'll cope up so much in the next game. You'll not even notice. It'll be like a chicken dinner, and then it's just there again, because this team has had 3 chicken dinners.
All they get is either they get a chicken dinner or they finish with 0 points. I mean, that's not true. That's just a hyperbole, but
when they get chicken dinner, that's like a good dominating chicken dinner. That's one thing that they come up with, and that's one thing I would say just separates them from the other teams. Even if you have a 0-point game, not just 0 kills, 0-point game, because now we are down to 0 points as well. And that does not, I would say, you don't think about it that much.
Yeah. You didn't think about it that much because there are going to be those teams that are going to lose out on points every single match just because of how low they finish in the number of placements. And you capitalize on that if you keep getting chicken dinners again and again.
I mean, they were at 113 points previously. They'll still be at 113 points. I want to see if there's a change on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the overall standings as we are talking. Let's have a look at the overall standings as well. 113 is what they are. 81 for High Voltage. But High Voltage says bye-bye to us for today because this was the last match for the day.
Yeah, exactly. They are not going to be playing any more matches for today. We just have 2 more matches to go. Then we have A1 Esports sitting at 80 points. DEADEYES guys on the 4th with 77. 2 for 7 on the 5th. So it's a really close gap. The real trouble, I think it begins from where FutureStation is, 58.
I would say, yeah, because FutureStation is also in a team that's going to say bye-bye to us alongside Stalwart as well. So 9th and 10th, they might be on a topple as we are talking. We would like to see where 11 and 20, like from where 11 to 20 is, as we are saying, because CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, they had a decent game in this one, and they are on 41 points. Another good game is going to actually take them to, 7th position if they, play their cards right in the right direction. T2K is going to be coming back. They are on 12th position, but with just 4 games played, they'll be looking really confident and strong to start their day today. R3D is looking really good, but they had a bad previous game, plus this was their final game for the day.
Yeah, exactly. R3D as well. I mean, not a comfortable position to be in, along with Assiduous Esports. 8 matches played, 33 points to both of them.
Yeah, that's totally true. And INES is the one that's at the last position right now, alongside PAINxELMT, ElementriX. Those are on 17, 18, 19, 20 as we're talking right now. But well, if we talk about those prize pool things again, 2,500 for the first position. So first position kind of matters. And DRS, even with a bad game, they are still there, right?
Yeah, they're still going to be there, and they're still going to be leading the leaderboard, in fact. But there are interesting scenarios. How many games does DRS need to mess up for the teams behind them to catch up to them? That is going to be a pretty big question, because they have sort of started to fall down a little bit. I mean, not just because of this one game, but they live life on extremes, right?
That's really true. They live life on extreme, but then there are some players who live life on extreme if you're talking about it. Let's have a look at the kill leaders after this game if we are talking. And overall right now, Yelzen, this guy is looking impressive. 2-3-3-8. Then comes Aussie with 2-3-2-5. Not a lot of difference, but look at Varus's damage, man.
Yeah.
That damage is impressive as compared to other people.
It is impressive. It is quite a lot. I mean, look at that. 33-89 with 13 kills.
But look at Yelzen's headshots. That
6?
Yeah, that number.
Yeah, it is impressive.
I mean, look at this. Everyone else, 3-3-3 out of 14. This guy has like that's an amazing.
I think Cooney is just proving the opposite. You don't need to land the heads to make sure that you're getting a lot of kills, because the difference between these guys is just 1 kill.
Plus, the guy has a higher damage, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're aiming for the head, you get like the maximum utilization of damage. That's one thing. But Cooney is also showing 1 case at 272 damage. That's a good number in regards to damage as well. So from 14 to 13 is where top 5 players in the damage in the kill departments has come up.
Yeah, exactly, and that is going to be so important. So these players have been consistent, but there are only a few of the teams of these players who are in the top performing. Apart from Golden, I mean, he's leading the kill leaderboard in terms of kill leaders, and his team is on the top of the leaderboard as well.
Well, all this is going to change after a short break, as we'll be right back, and there will be much more action. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the PUBG Mobile Pro League South Asia Season 3 Scrims. And, well, we've been having quite a show around.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams are already stepping up. DRS still maintaining that top spot despite that disappointing performance in the last map. But still, we have to see which team will be toppling them over. But with that being said, let's just head out to Miramar and see what pans out in this particular map, as the flight path trajectory is coming from all the way down below from Los Higos towards Minas Generalis. Yesterday we saw a similar kind of a circle around Impala, and things did not really fare out well for other teams as they had to rotate. And so far, Johnny, I must, safely say that Miramar has been throwing a lot of curveballs.
Yeah, it has been throwing a lot of curveballs indeed, and it has been quite intense since the morning, since yesterday, in fact, when we saw all those crazy jumps coming into this match. And well, it is going to be quite interesting to see how the teams react and how the teams perform right now, because for a few of these teams, the situation is looking pretty bad, as we were talking about this as well. You have a lot of games played, but you don't have the points to show for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And what our eyes will be searching for is where the circle is gonna be right now. The first circle, is it gonna go all the way up to the northern areas? Is it gonna be an El Pozo circle? And why did I curse it? It goes all the way up north, but well, it's not that bad as of now, because now since the teams are still taking the plunge in, they can, change the strats a bit. Maybe we can see a few teams going all the way up top towards Torre Amuda, but Cruz de Valle, that is going to be a spot that we might see some action coming out from. But right now, Team DRS landing right beside Team Venom Legends. We might get to see some early action right off the bat.
Yeah, and that's going to be quite intense and quite fun to watch as well. But you need to be careful as to how you are going to take the challenge and how you want to take this fight. On top, he has a shotgun in his hands. P and crew, the player Sandesh, could be in some trouble. Shotgun at a close range is going to be super deadly. Sandesh comes down the stairs, shoots at on top's teammates, Shifu sir, and then goes back up. No cover fire there. Shifu sir took a lot of damage for no reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, he just got those bandages for himself. I hope that's a med kit. But in the meanwhile, Detron getting that knock onto its AJ, and Shifu also being taken down by Sundesh will definitely open things up for Deadeyes. They did have a very good outing over there, but on top, getting all those kills secured for him, his team over there, will be going in for a quick revive. But where is the backup? That is what we are looking out for. And this time, right off the bat in Miramar, we can get to see some intense actions. Ayush, well, he's crawling. He's also knocked out. Nima has taken the fall over here. He'll be finished off. And now DRS, they're on the receiving end. Galzin and Ninja, the two players surviving. How do they get away from the situation? They need to get back. They need to recollect themselves, because one performance with the kind of a lead that they had, with the kind of a cushion that they had built for themselves, was fine. But, back-to-back early eliminations might just give the teams on the second and third position to tussle them over.
Yeah, definitely, and that is going to be a pretty interesting scuffle. But Venom Legends, they have been Venom Legends. Okay, let's talk about them. This was one team back when we were watching casting, in fact, PMPL South Asia. This was one team that was really consistent, more consistent than the rest during the semifinals, and they fell really hard during the finals. Over here as well, the performance that the Venom Legends are showing, it's not the usual selves.
Yeah, of course. No second thoughts on that. But Rafat getting that beautiful knock onto its Galzin. They know that they got the sharks in the sea, and they will leave no stones unturned to, just turn their backs out. He was, in fact, going away from them, but they chased him down. And this is where, the Tommy gun really shows up. The new update on the Tommy gun, the red dot coming in, really helps you taking all those mid-range encounters. And we can see a few knocks elsewhere as Raza takes down one player. But Rafat, he would definitely want to confirm that kill for himself. He's just searching for Galzin. It's just a matter of seconds that he figures out where he is. But Ninja, the last player surviving. So I believe DRS, I think this squad was the old Salty squad, the OG Salty squad that we've known of. And now they're doing so well. They're the champions in their particular region and in the PMPL Scrims. So far, they've been also leading.
Yeah, they have been performing really well. I mean, two players of the OG Salty squad, as you said, Nima and AJ, and well, They used to be brothers back then. They are brothers right now in this team as well, joined by 2 new players that are going to be Mafia Ninja and Golden. And this team, I mean, when you see new players come together and form a new squad, you expect, all right, they are going to take a time. But this team, DRS, since during the PMCU South Asia, they have been performing out of their minds. They have been really consistent over here as well. You don't see them drop a single shot. DE on the other side in some trouble as on top got run over.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt him down. But a quick update to all our viewers that are watching. Now we have the teams from BCDE playing right now, and well, teams from group number A will be sitting this one out. So CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, they won't be playing. Stalwart Esports, they also will be sitting out, along with FutureStation Esports and R3D. So what will really get interesting is, let's see what goes on and how this game is entirely proceeding so far. But Assiduous Esports, well, let's talk about them. They're doing decent as of now. They're doing good. But with the way they performed in the first day, I think we can say they kind of have managed to pick themselves back up. But I would still expect a few more consistent games so that we can safely say, yes, they kind of saved, they're kind of looking sound, but they really need to get a few better games, and maybe a few aggressive games might just be the answer.
I agree with you on a few points. I think today has been a good day for Assiduous Esports, but the 5 matches they messed up yesterday, those are going to be the matches that bring them down. This is going to be the 9th game. 8 games, 33 points. That's not a good average. That doesn't look good.
Yeah, of course. You know, after the blunder that happened with them yesterday, well, picking a few points up, if the graph is going on top, that's good.
Just keep it going.
Yeah, if you have that linear graph, if it's kind of going down, does not really make sense for you. But talk about Assiduous, Prerak. He is looking out. A lot of roster changes have been made, to be honest, Johnny. We've casted the South Asian region, the Pakistan region. We see a lot of scuffle between the teams, a lot of last-minute changes, and that definitely will affect your synergy, right? And that is where the scrims come in. Scrims are the areas where you work on your shot calling, where you work on your positioning during the fights. Because with the squad that you've been playing so far, and with the kind of synergy that you've built for yourself, and suddenly making that change kind of throws you off. But team sides, well, the champions of PMCO Pakistan, Abud, he's in a no man's land with the danger team, Team Bablu, having their eyes set on them.
Definitely, and the eyes are going to be set on them as well. But Bablu, as you were talking about them yesterday, I mean, this team doesn't look the same, right? The aggression was slowed down a little bit, but yesterday was a good day for them. Today, they have been underperforming themselves. And that brings us to question. So, me and Ocean, we remember watching their casting their games during the spring split, and they had an amazing, outstanding performances. And we always used to wonder, what was this team going to do when you would pit them up against the South Asian teams, the international teams. But now, finally, they are playing against the teams of South Asia, and they need to perform. Scrims are for practice, but you need to showcase what your output is going to be as well. I think by the end of our last few days of the scrims, that's going to be the very last day, in fact, of the scrims.
Yeah.
That is when we're going to figure out which teams are going to be performing in the PMPL, because that is when you actually showcase in the last games what you have actually learned.
Yeah, absolutely. No second thoughts on that. But with that being said, the first airdrop coming in grows a very, very viable weapon in across every map. But one thing that I have to point out, and I think I'll have a discussion with Ocean regarding this. We have been missing out on the drops of MK14. I haven't seen a lot of MK14. We've seen a lot of AWMs, but maybe in this patch they've kind of tweaked things out. Maybe PUBG Mobile, they just want to get the bolt action meta in, and it can work out. In maps like Vikendi, yes, bolt actions are of absolute essence, but in the other map, with the way the players have been changing their gameplay, their game style that demands it, maybe AWM might not be the call for the hour. One of my fellow casters would certainly in fact vehemently would stop me from saying that. That's gonna be experiment. He loves that mean machine, and he does not care which map it is. If you can yield that weapon properly, you are gonna wreak havoc. But yes, talking about the scenarios, the scenes, you know, we have Pakistan region
Why
on
are
one
you
side.
not noticing someone is actually riding a red bike for a really long time? Do you not want that to happen now?
Yes, I do want.
Are you
but
not happy with that?
yes, I'm happy, but you know, the next single moment, my heart breaks when they trade it off for a car. So you know, I
Don't want to get your expectations up.
Yes, so it's better not having my expectations high because I know I'll be betrayed in the end. That they'll just take that vehicle, and well, it's a thing about life. You always there's something and someone always better, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's life, man. That's life.
That's life.
There's always something better than the red bike, like walking.
In Miramar? I highly doubt that. But you know, let's get back to the conversation that we were having. So talking about the esports scenario in Pakistan and in the South Asian region, I believe now we can see a certain distinction, right? Yesterday, the way things started off, it was South Asian region all the way. It was DRS Gaming kind of owning the teams by getting 2 chicken dinners on the first day is not a joke, and now still remaining on the top spot and maintaining it. That's a huge feat. At the same time, I somewhere feel personally that the players of Pakistan, they haven't got enough exposure. It all comes down to you playing a lot of scrimmages with different teams from different regions. That's where you get to know the taste of the region. That's where you get to know how the players kind of adapt and adjust. And these scrims being held just a week before the actual league start off, that was definitely the call of the hour, because we can see that huge difference that one day has made. Right now the Pakistani teams know what and how the South Asian teams are approaching, and in fact back in the days when the South Asian teams were learning things, one thing I've always appreciated the South Asian teams is their kill potential. They are amazing fraggers. The young lads, the potential that they have, they were fantastic. Comparing against the Southeast Asian teams and the other South Asian teams that we have, I think one thing they could have really improvised on was positioning. And still, that positioning game is missing. But with more games having better exposure against, say, international teams like BTR, RRQ, and even Box, and all the remainder teams, they'll just keep getting better.
Yeah, they will just keep getting better, but now let us see where the circle is going to go next. Oh, Hacienda del Patron. That is another curveball that comes in, and as you were saying, Fixes, the gods of PUBG on Miramar have been throwing a lot of curveballs, but this time around, there are a lot of teams on the eastern edge of this circle. So teams like 7C, teams like INES, A1 Esports, T2K, they're going to have a hard time entering into the zone. But Bablu, they are going to be really happy. They're smack in the center of this.
How do they always predict the circles, man? Every single time I've seen Miramar, Bablu is somewhere on the centers. And that has kind of worked out for them. Even after the curveballs, they somehow managed to hold on to those positions. But right now, Team 7C, if you talk about them, Fear. Look at him. He might spot out the players of PAINxELMT. And this is a team from Group B that have chimed in, and they'll be playing the next game as well alongside INES. But we are yet to see more out of them. And again, this team. Talking about 7C. This is not the lineup that we casted. We did see a few changes here and there. Hungry Box was there. Fear is still there. A few other changes. So this again brings me to that point where we have to talk about the synergy, the coordination, the consistency that is absolutely necessary. You can constantly changing lineups, and that will definitely hamper your game in the long run.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite annoying. But on the other side, 7Cs, I mean, it was a good lineup always in spring as well, in the fall split as well. But now this new team, these new set of players, they are going to have to step up big time. They have huge expectations. I mean, the fans of 7C are going to be expecting a lot from them. But can they live up to this? This time, I mean, I'm surprised. We are 14 minutes into this matchup on Miramar. There are 16 teams and 57 players still there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we used to have this saying back then. Once in a time when we saw Erangel throwing such curveballs, we used to be baffled. I used to get shocked. Like, how is this even possible? We had even witnessed a few water circles. In fact, you and Ocean did when you were casting the finals of PMCO Pakistan, where the circle completely was inside the waters and the players were kind of just swimming. But, well, we'll talk about missing MK14, and the Demon is right in front of us. My favorite airdrop coming out. I want to see some team actually pick this weapon up, because this is a perfect weapon that you can pick over here. But that being said, we can safely assert that Miramar is the new Vikendi.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in this game, yes. In this match specifically, yes. It is the new Vikendi. Everything has been slowed down. Everyone has picked their own compound or their own area, and it's just holding on. Look at that. DRS and DE. They are so close to each other. Still no fight happening. The circle moves on top of them as well. Bablu still on the edge and inside the circle. But now it is... a lot of teams. In fact, I was just going to start counting them, but then I realized there are a lot of teams outside the circle.
Yes, a lot of teams, and they must make their way inside the circle. I think, playing from the edges in Miramar is kind of a very tough situation. But we can see some grenade kills out there. Mafia Ninja getting that kill confirmed onto its Utsaga. So a lot of roster shuffles we can see. I mean, in the South Asian region, you cast this guy in on a different team in the previous season, and in the next season you see him with a different squad.
See, now this is what we were talking about, me and Ocean. Is it worth it to get one chicken dinner with a lot of kills, with, well, 29 points in total from that match, and then 2 matches you get 0 points?
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna hurt them. And after this, I think there will be some shakings in the overall standings. But 7Cs, they already have lost out on Fear. And Rohan, he looks determined to get this entire squad. And they might just can actually try to push in. But still, the players of 7Cs do have that bit of a high ground advantage. And Envy going down out there. And the Uzi mid-range spray kind of confirming his knock. Dark, he's completely committed. I really hope that Rohan kind of synergizes with the push, and this is where you lack team coordination, right? One player doing one thing, the other player kind of backing out. If both the players had peeked out at the same time, things would have been different. But Smokey V2, he needs to heal up. He needs to take a fight against Rohan. He shifted to his Uzi, but has he got enough HP to survive even after the fight? No is the answer, as he'll be getting taken down by Rohan. But where does Rohan and Love, all these players, go after this? Because after this, the 4th circle finishes and the 5th circle takes in, which means you're going to take extra damage.
Well, definitely, and that is going to be, I mean, the tick of the extra damage is really important. You have to keep an eye out for it. This is the 4th circle, so the damage is going to be a slightly higher. Not as troublesome as some of the circles you face in the early stages, but this is going to be troublesome for A1 Esports as 247. They charge in on them. Oh, Khan just peeks the stairs, go for the shots, falls back down, has a nade in his hand. Throw it. It's going to take both of them out, but the nade is going to come in from the other side as well. Khan tosses the nade. Is the knock going to come in? The answer, we are going to find out in a few moments. The answer is going to be no, in fact. But on the other side, PAINxELMT, they take an exit. JyanMaara, they get eliminated. In an instant, we see 3 teams being taken out of this match.
Yes, absolutely. And now we are going to witness a huge fight breaking down Erangel del Patronas. Khan F4 constantly peppering down those bullets onto its players. Rahman with that perfect grenade. Will it connect? No is the answer. As Rahman will try to take another fight and takes down Shoykov in the process, and he does not seem to stop at anything at all. And 247 Gaming, they are pushing in, but whoa, what is going on? A1 Esports 6-9 getting taken down, and with that, A1 Esports have been eliminated at the 13th position with 0 kills, and that's gonna mean that they're gonna get 0 points from this map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, early exits are going to be punished. But 247, they survived this fight in a beautiful manner. They paced themselves perfectly. They knew exactly when to disengage and when to go into the action. That is something you need to keep in mind. All right, now we are 18 minutes in, and in 42 seconds, the blue zone is going to come in. And it's going to be a lot of pressure. Because out in the open, these guys are out in the open, everyone. There are these ridges that you're going to have to climb to cross over to the other guys and to keep on moving. And when you're at the peak of that ridge, you might get spotted out.
Yeah, absolutely. And now my favorite man is playing out there. Frankie, he is in. One of those new talents that I am going to really watch out for. But Teen Wolf, on the other side, on the sidelines, takes down the last player of ElementriX, blah blah blah. And well, ElementriX have been having a tough time to find that synergy amongst themselves, and the kind of players that they have individually, they are great, but you need to play as a team, and that is of absolute essence, and we have been talking about it so many times. All these constant roster shuffles is definitely gonna hurt them in the long run, and right now it certainly is visible.
Yeah, it is going to be a little bit visible. It is going to be quite interesting to see what is going to happen in this game and how this one is going to end. We still have 11 teams and 35 players alive. Oh, look at this. This is what's going to happen. There are so many teams alive that as soon as you try and rotate, you are going to be shot at. Bablu, they lose out on one player. Ghost just goes down by falling. Danny's going to be finished off with the players from Venom Legends picking up his kill.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is kind of a reminiscence of what we had seen. If you remember, Yudu Gang in the World League, how they got that chicken dinner out, taking down BTR. So 247 is in the same position, in the same area how BTR are playing right now, when Yudu Gang just came in, and this entire same scenario just took down players after players and got that chicken dinner. And right now, Team INES is just beside them. You've got all the squads, you know, kind of surrounding them out, but Abrupt Slayers, no Wax. These are the lads that I'm really looking out for. And Captain, well, I'm certainly missing out on him. And putting this guy away from a game like Miramar, it does definitely raise speculations. But maybe they're trying things out with their 5th player, and that's a good thing to do when you're playing scrims.
Yeah, definitely. That is an amazing thing to do. But 247 Gaming, he is going hard, pretty hard on the players of Assiduous, and they're going to be in so much trouble. Abrupt Slayers, they are still surviving somehow, all 4 of them. And they haven't engaged in a single fight. They have 0 kills right now. 10 teams still alive, 29 players in total. The blue zone is coming in. We're going to have the 6th circle in a few seconds, 21 minutes of game time. And finally, 247. They are stepping up. Rahman, he's going to get a knock. He's going to get the finish as well. And ASE, Assiduous Esports, they go down.
Yeah, on the 10th spot. I don't think they're gonna get enough points out of this, and those 3 kills might just help them. But how long, that we have to see. Team T2K, well trained to kill. They certainly are trained to kill, and I'm looking out for the remainder of the players. I know what Frankie is capable of. I want to see those support players coming in from Venom, Zod, and Nobita. In fact, Zod had also displayed some good games yesterday, but right now, as the circle has kind of panned out, well, a few teams are inside the circle. The remainder have to close in, and we might get to see a lot of fights happening on the southern side with 247 Gaming, with INES, and Abrupt Slayers. On the backlines, we have the players of T2K trying to enter inside. In the meanwhile, a booth has been taken down by the players of Venom Legends out there, and now it's going to be a tough time for Team SCYTES to compete in those final circles.
Yeah, definitely, but those final circles are not that far away. SCYTES, they are going to take an exit on the 8th position. Now it's just going to be 7 teams, 22 players still alive in this match, and T2K, they are standing, they are standing up pretty tall, but ASL, look at that. Right on the edge, 247 with 1 nade. Rahman takes down the players of INES, and Chari's nade actually takes down Entry as well. So INES, they are being sandwiched from both the ends. They are in so much trouble. I think it's just 1 player left standing from the squad, and it's going to be a troublesome situation. Rahman being too over-aggressive. He has the smoke covering one of his side. ASL, Abrupt Slayers are in a little bit of trouble as well. T2K, just Frankie, the last man surviving. And Abrupt Slayers, it is Frankie quite close to them. Bablu, they take an exit on the 6th position. There is 1 more team that got eliminated, and it is going to be the squad of INES. But still, Frankie fixes the deadliest man, I think, individually we have seen so far yesterday. Today, it is going to be quite interesting to see, can he once again pull the same sort of performance off?
It's going to be really tough, since, you know, the players of Abrupt Slayers do acknowledge that there is a creepy bugger just lying beside them. Any single moment, they can spot him down, and by the looks of it, talking about how he's positioned, he's prone in, his movement is completely restricted. He cannot do much, but talk about the players of Venom Legends. They've got some good ridges, they can play around, and Detron goes down, and we see a fight over there as well. Abrupt Slayers, one of their players has already been knocked out. He'll get back up, but there you go. Evil Eye being the 1, spotting out Frankie, and down go Team T2K. And this was the first game, so we might get to see them having a better outing in the next one. Position points they definitely got, but kills were 0. So obviously I would have loved to see a few kills coming out from these lads, but Venom Legends definitely are looking very determined to take this chicken dinner off. And that nade! Whoa! Oh my goodness! That one nade doing so much. And now I don't think Evil Eye would consider pushing, provided that he's still inside the circle. He's doing good. He knows the press of...
Second one.
Yes, the second one also being lobbed out. And will that connect? Nah.
Yeah, it just stays out. It stays out. Evil Eye, you throw the nade. You throw the nade.
Yeah.
Another
Just
one.
give him the nade.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been perfect. Had he thrown another one, because you usually don't just throw out one nade, you throw out multiples. Either you throw a nade and a Molotov, or you just junk 2 nades towards your opponent to make sure that, well, if one doesn't do the trick, the other one does. That didn't happen. He just had one nade. He did a lot of damage to the players of ASL. I think that one nade just denied the push that was supposed to come in the direction of the players of Venom. Venom Legends, they have 12 kills already secured. Look at that. 12 kills. That's 12 points. They are in the top 3. 22 points already secured from this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we'll have to see if Abrupt Slayers, how they are going to make their entry, because they will have to bait a few down there. But those chip damage from those grenades coming in. Now Rafa takes a dig at Nova and will knock him down. Joker knows the players are going to hunt him down, and Abrupt Slayers are in a whole world of trouble. They are just going to get decimated as the horde of Team Venom Legends go charging in. Chari trying to protect his teammates. Takes one down, Rafa. But Chuvo, he's still alive. Evil Eye still fighting it out there. And he takes that plunge in and wipes out the entirety of Abrupt Slayers and sends them back into the lobby. In the meanwhile, Detron on the other side, he's taking a look at the players of 247 Gaming, and well, Gaming is the last player to survive, literally. And it's a 1v4 situation. I think basically this is a game over.
Yeah, definitely it can be the game over. Gaming from 247, it's going to be finished off, and that is it. We were talking about Venom Legends not standing up and not performing the same way. They shut our mouths pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, they have stepped back in, and alongside, huge kudos to 247 Gaming. They did manage to come second. They did have 13 kills. So, good number of kills by both the squads.
Let me take you back a couple of months, Fixers. You remember PMCO Pakistan?
Yes,
247 Gaming got charged upon. 1v4. The man knows how to take fights. So that's the thing. Now, earlier back then, 247, they just had one player who had the firepower. Now they have Rahman as well.
Yeah, and Vegeta.
Yeah, and Vegeta as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, our eyes will be on that one individual player that did outshine everyone in this particular map. And that's gonna be, talk about the man
I was
himself.
talking about him. I said they needed firepower. They brought in literally the best in Pakistan.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the kind of a roster shuffle that I would absolutely love for 247. And Rahman coming in bolsters their attack so much. 7 kills, 982 damage. That's an example that he's just set. And this is certainly something that we can expect more out of him. And his kill potential is really good. Just the positioning. If all these guys can understand, if all these guys can know how to enter inside those final circle, how to take those final circle fights, I think the Pakistan PUBG mobile scene is going to be the next big thing. And overall, in Miramar, this time what we really saw was the circle again throwing a lot of curveballs to the players trying to get inside the circle, and most of them were just taken down. Initially, we thought that this might be somewhere inside Hashinda Del Patron, where the players of 247 were, but then it took a lateral shift, and Venom Legends, they did spot out the players, and they did take them down.
Yeah, definitely, and taking them down was pretty important, but let us have a look at the top players as well and see the remaining players that are going to be joining our MVP this time. It is going to be the players of Venom Legends. And when I say players, I mean literally
all of them. Just count the kills. We can see 12 and 6, 18 kills. I think the highest so far. But Rahman also sitting on top with 7. But Rafat was not far behind. It's just that damage, the difference, and that's not too much either. So Team Venom Legends off to a very, very good Miramar game. This is definitely gonna boost their morals up. They certainly have understood that when you have such open areas to fight, and when you have the strategic advantage, when you've like the scene that happened with Abrupt Slayers. I mean, those nades going out, taking down 2 of their players, and they knew at that single moment that this fight was in their hand. And what I loved about Venom Legends was, the ballsy plays Evil Eye made. He just jumped in the enemy territory. He knows the players were engaging against each other. It was complete chaos, and he was within the enemy, and he just wiped them out from behind. But with that, let's take a look at the match summary and see how the number games did go out in this one round. Just one shy out of 200 smokes and grenades.
Yeah, and it was an impressive performance. But look at this. Fixes. We said there were no vehicle kills. How many are there now?
4.
In one game.
Yes, in one game. I would have loved to see those kills on the screen though. But you know what I really appreciate and love is how these players are evolving every single game. 8 grenade kills. That's a big number considered, and every single day we are seeing the increase in usage of utilities, and that's a good thing. Now the players have understood at such a high league, when you're going to play the pro league, you have to increase the numbers. You have to reduce those bullets that you're carrying. Carry 100 or 150. Maybe use SMGs because they do not take a lot of space in your bag. Do whatever you have to do. Do whatever you ought to do. Keep enough of those grenades. Keep enough of the smokes, because these are the utilities that are gonna win you the fights in the final circles.
Exactly. Utility becomes one of the most important things, especially during the mid game to the late game stages, when there is not much distance between you and the opponent. At those times, having smokes, having grenades is going to be really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be very, very detrimental. But with that, let's take a look at the map standings and see how the teams panned out in Miramar. Well, starting off, Venom Legends, 18 kills and 33 points. That's ludicrous. That's ridiculous with the way that they have showcased the performance. And talk about 247 Gaming. I mean, I can see the majority of the kills from the top 2 teams over here.
Yeah, definitely, and it was an amazing match. But the top teams from the overall scoreboard are sort of missing. Yeah.
Yes.
Only a few of them are there. I think Team Bablu is the only one who made it.
And the thing about Team Bablu that I'm really liking right now is that they're being consistent. Even I can say the same for INES. This was the first outing for today's evening. They've been sitting out the previous games. Now we'll see them in the next game as well. Starting things off on the 5th position, that's really good. But teams that are gonna face the hammer over here, we have A1 Esports, PN Crew, Team Sites, DRS Gaming, VTNxJyanMaara. So many big names in the bottom half.
Yes, so many big names, all the top performing teams. All right, DRS Gaming, they got 1 point from this match. They didn't get 0. But as we were saying in the morning as well, this is one team that likes to live life on the extremes. Either they're going to win the chicken dinner or they're just going to take an early exit.
Yeah, of course, living life on the edge, as you call it. And, well, when the overall standings come up, we will get a slight idea as to what is in store for DRS Gaming. Has the first position been taken away? Will they still hold on? Because after a point, they will have to sit a few games out. There might be a few different teams that really cross them over. Now let's take a look at the overall standings and see, after so many games being played, and after 9 games in fact, and it still remains the same. DRS Gaming, courtesy to those 3 winner chicken dinners and 48 kills, they still sit on the top.
Yeah, but look at that. 8 games, High Voltage did not play this one, still on 81 points. Venom Legends, 5 games played, 56. Venom Legends, they are stepping up slowly and steadily. So they have the games on their hands and they are putting up an amazing performance. On the other side, 2 for 7. So the difference is not that big. The difference between 2 for 7 and up until Team Bablu, it's not that big. It's just 19 points. They can climb up. The problem arises the fact when you look at the gap between DRS and 2 for 7. They messed up 2 games now in a row. 113 points, then they got 0 points in the last game. They got 1 in this one, 114 points. Even though the average for DRS is going to be quite high, they are not consistent at all.
Yeah, that is a thing that I certainly have to agree on. Consistency is one thing that you need to make sure that you have. And
Yeah.
Bablu had done that, and they're looking good. They're still maintaining that position. Maybe in those last final days, they kind of really step up on the accelerator pedal, go on the high gears and get a few points out. But right now, taking a look at the teams that are really struggling over here, ElementriX, INES, well, certainly not where we would love to see them, because okay, it's all right. They've still played 5 games.
Yeah.
Few more games and a few good performances. I mean, ElementriX is a team that is supposed to be getting a future contenders. Talk about even INES.
Talk about P and Crew, man. 5 games, 8 points, not a good average. And that is a team that was destroying the other teams back during the spring split.
Yeah, of course, and that gets me back to the same question.
Yeah.
Where is AppSec? Where is their killing machine? I still have the reminiscence of those maps in Erangel, where he used to wreak havoc, single-handedly taking down squads after squads. And those are the plays. Being casters, you cast a lot of games per day, but those few moments, those few plays, you can never forget throughout your life. And this man had shown us those moments, and we absolutely loved it. But well, new times come for new plays, and we will certainly get to see that. But right now, we will be going for a short break, in fact, and on the other side, you'll have some intense action coming in from Vikendi. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the PUBG Mobile Pro League South Asian Scrims Season 3. And this time, along with me, is the mad scientist himself and Ocean. You did sit that last one out. And, we were having that talk, right? Miramar is the new Vikendi. So with the way the circles have been shifting, how do you feel that this is going to change things when the real league starts?
Well, let's have a look at the Vikendi's map as we are going to be discussing about that. As the map has started, the game has started, and just like you said, you know, as the actual PMPL started, I would say people will be thinking of those unpredictability factors, and one of them now becomes Circle. Obviously, Circle was an unpredictable thing, but still, sometimes when you are starting to get that meta, like just like you said in the previous game, you know, Team Bablu just goes at the center of the zone, and then the Circle is shrinking towards them only. Those things kind of, you know, just come up, and when people are kind of understanding that center quite... So, it's one thing, I'll tell you. You remember, C teams prefer edge when they are playing, right?
Yeah.
But every other team kind of prefers the
Why
center.
did you say edge?
Yeah, that happens. Well, that's the circle. So
That's mainstream.
Yeah, so now what happens is, if you're at center, you're much more prone to the fights. But if you're at the edge, you're much more prone to the fact that circle might just run away from you in the hard shifts. So those are kind of the things where teams will have to think about every known factor.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, in Vikendi, there is, we do consider Team BTR being the kings of Vikendi with the way they always make a late entry inside the final circle. And they somehow figure things out. But, DRS Nima getting those first pickoffs. And, well, right from the start, they're looking good. The fight is happening around Vulnova. And now... where is Team PAINxELMT going to go? And, whoa, he's instantly proned in. And I can see Sinister making a statement out there with a fist.
Well, that happened on the other side. Well, if you're talking about this circle, see, Peshkova kind of becomes an important part. Cosmodrome as well. But Molotov coming up, but Molotov will not be doing any sort of damage. It was on the roof side right now. We're talking A1 Esports. Jax also goes down, Alex Jax. And look at the Sinister. Again, goes down, but now it comes down to DRS's players for what they are going to be doing in this fight. But on the other side... a punch for a punch is what I can say, but no, the one who punches is the one to go down in the next one, but no, PN Crew gets this one as A1 Esports gets eliminated. Can you revive, can you revive, can you revive? And yes, it is a revive coming up. This happened twice. The one who punches gets the bullet.
Just died, and his entire squad was... turned out into, blown up, in fact, into smithereens with the way, you know, PN responded. You know, they took it really personally and, just went in, clobbered down the entire squad of A1 Esports out there. But DRS, they are a hungry pack of wolves, searching for their prey. Oh, he just missed out. Gyaltsen, come on, look downstairs. He's right below you. Hear me out. Oh, my goodness. Ocean. Why?
I'm not forcing you to not speak. You're speaking by your own self. What's happening? So now this is where, you know, that Tom and Jerry skirmish just comes up as we are just saying. But well, we'll have to see how it just goes up. Gyaltsen, they, so a potential person was missing, and it was missing from the kill feed as well as we're talking. And that kind of gives, I would say, a ray of hope to PAINxELMT's players, but for how long, as now once again DRS is moving downwards, but still not spotting the one that was needed to be spotted. And again, this flow can create a lot of challenge as one person goes down, and this is again this time. So no need to force more, bullets. Well, it happened.
I can imagine the heartbeats on Jimmy on that one. 4 players searching for you, and well, DRS off to a very good start, have gotten themselves 2 kills. But let's talk about the circle. Team DEADEYES are at a very good position, and the same can be said for Team Abrupt Slayers and also for VTNxJyanMaara. All these teams are looking to get themselves back in onto its the higher half of the standings. And Team INES, again a very promising team. They've been phenomenal last time when they played PMPL, but this is not this roster that we have known them for. Bad Rev, one of their players, is now playing for a different team. Evil Eye, we saw him playing amazingly well from Venom Legends the last game around. Kapshi, I believe, is still there. Tier is still there. But, again, these teams kind of splitting up, the kind of synergy they built. I still remember those Miramar fights when INES used to go in and take down squads. And it would just take one player to 1v4 the entire opponent team. But Rohan, talk about living life on the edge. He certainly seems to be enjoying it.
Like, I would say he's still inside the edge because the vehicle's not burning. If the vehicle was burning, then you can say living like totally on the edge. If you jump, you fall down. That's one way of putting it. But well, right now he has his companion with him, so he might just want to just go for a carpool with that person. We'll see what happens. Taking a painkiller right now, and that's good. But once again, moving inside the circle is something that's going to be tricky for quite a lot of teams. If you see the zone, many teams, like I would say 70% of the teams are outside the circle.
Yeah, absolutely. No second thoughts on that. And Vikendi seems to start off a bit slow. If you have to relate it with a Pokemon, call it Snorlax, call it Slowpoke, or you just can refer that to
Yeah, you were
me.
not there when we were having this conversation, right? So me and John
I was hearing it out on the sidelines. You were taking my references, the sloth references, and you could have done a bit better job. I was disappointed at that.
So what do you want to call it then?
Yeah, just should have called a lazy panda, a sloth, Snorlax, Slowpoke, anything. But let's get back into the game.
Self-fun, those are rare.
Yeah, someone has got to do it, right?
Well, that's totally true. But then out here, someone has got to take that kill, and there it is. And I would say, well, PAINxELMT, not for long. They did not survive for quite a long in this one.
Yeah, they were just put down to their miseries by the squad of Team Bablu, and which is a squad that's really looking promising. But what I really want to see out of Bablu is that raw aggression, that pure aggression that they are known for, that they are loved for. That is certainly missing. Try that one straight out. Go all guns blazing. Try this. Try to play in your own element. I can relate it to a lot of teams, that have initially, started off with a particular game style, but when the league kind of gets serious, they kind of try to switch things around. And Team SCYTES, they're off for quite a weird rotation.
If we could see the map right now, that's a very big rotation from Team SCYTES. Look at them. Right from the Kantra side. They started from Miramar. From Miramar to Kantra right now. From Kantra, they have to get inside the circle. And then, if they are lucky, they won't be focusing on DE or some other team.
Imagine Assiduous Esports taking those compounds on the shoreline,
exactly,
and they just come in and they'll be blown away.
That's why I said, if Team SCYTES is lucky, then they won't be meeting any team. If they are not lucky, then they are obviously going to meet a team. All right, so Fixers, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Again, just like, I like to ask questions. Because that teacher mentality likes to ask his students or something, right? So think about it. So every day, we have 5 games.
Yeah.
We have 4 maps. So that means 1 map gets repeated.
Yeah, today we did have 2 maps being repeated.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Like, at least 1 map gets repeated, right? So I want to ask you, with one thing, like, what should be the player's mentality? Previously, right, Group A was there, now Group B came back, right? All those things are there. But what should be those other teams' mentalities that are actually playing those map twice?
Well, to answer this, we have to make some assumptions before we come to a conclusion. If the teams do have coaches for them, because we have seen other international logs really having an extra man doing all those research, all those data collection. You need to know, because every single time you have those 2 maps, there are different teams playing. You need to be, first of all, be well aware about the opponent's drop location. Who are your threats initially during the game? You need to jot them down. You need to know where they drop, which houses they choose. You need to figure out a plan accordingly. But right now, Team Bablu is in a bit of a pickle, as Poison has managed to pick him from nowhere and has kind of lobbed that grenade in, and if that connects, then Team Bablu will be in shambles. Teen Wolf also having been spotted out, but where is the backup, and where is Avsec? Time and again, I've been looking out for this player, and now Team Bablu, they are caught in a crossfire. Players of VTNxJyanMaara have also spotted them out, and Teen Wolf will also be fighting the dust, but well, Poison definitely loses out on his life as the fight goes on. Not but Abrupt Slayers now in an engagement with the players of Assiduous Esports for that compound. Sonam just being that last member surviving. How long can he do that?
Well, ASL is fighting good, if we talk about it, and as of now, they're looking really confident. On the other side, 247, Rahman's grenade indeed takes down INES's 2 players. Man, that would have been an impressive grenade. On the other side, Bablu Pikachu also goes down. If you're talking about, but Bablu Tani is looking really good. But on the other side, as you can see, Shari is giving up a good revival. As of now, P and Ayush from PN Crew has to, save one of his own team and, has to rain hellfire if he can on the other side. But if we are talking about the stuff, INES gets eliminated as of now, and so do Abrupt Slayers. Slowly and steadily, well, not much slow, but we are down to 12 teams. That means from now on, if you get eliminated, you at least have a point.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the consolation that they will be heading out with. But Team Bablu, they were off to a good start. They went in for a squad wipe, but suddenly see themselves being caught off guard. And everything, you have to give it down to the circle. What a shift that has made the players having so much trouble to get in. But I can have my eyes looking at Team SCYTES, who are still in those waters. And, well, we have seen that strat really coming out. We have seen those plays where you just stay inside the water, you secure yourself a good positional finish. But one thing is also there with Vikendi is that once that, weird zone forms, then you have an even shift, and there comes a point where you kind of tend to go away from the water bodies. And in that moment, Team SCYTES definitely have to find themselves a good spot. I want to see those shifts coming in, and yes, see again the shift being very, kind of equalized on every part. But the next, I think the 5th circle shift will be really drastic. Imagine it going towards Cosmodrome.
Well, that will be a big one, obviously, because Pishkova and Cosmodrome both are at the extreme ends. And Trevno also, Trevno's empty if you're talking about the areas, if you're naming places. So that's going to be something. And, all right, so I would say maybe I focus too much on this gun. That's why this is always in the airdrop and I'm casting its AWM. Again, if we talk about the gun, it's not a gun, it's a responsibility, right? But no one actually takes it. It takes the responsibility.
Yeah, of course. This is certainly a responsibility, but no. Right now, you have to use the AWM.
But actually, I would give you one credit. You actually pointed that thing right in the previous one, right?
Yes.
The thing that you said, bolt action meta is what they need, and they are focusing on that one. So yeah.
And also in Vikendi's, if you take a look at how the map is, right? You've got those small compounds, scattered through, and all the teams usually tend to take their covers in that. And you have those, silent peekers who constantly look for some information, and that is where I would believe, because see in bolt action in Miramar, it's kind of like a sham because it's such a huge map, it's such a huge ridge. Players can play you out from various angles. But in Vikendi, you got that one window where you're peeking out from, and if you've got your aim locked in and someone just takes even a slight peek, boom, there you go, on his face, that shot will take you down. And that will open up a lot of opportunities. So I believe bolt action and Vikendi, they certainly need to get back.
Yeah, that's true, I would say. Put up with those things, plus, I kind of will agree on one more factor. You know, these trees and all, just like you said, those peaking things, right? These trees in Vikendi, because it's that, tundra forest, right? The one with a lot of extreme chills. So the trees in those areas are they're not thick, they're thin. So you don't have adequate space to just, maintain a revival or something if a player is down. So if someone on the other side has an AWM, and if you're just even standing, not even peeking, just standing there, a part of your body will be exposed. Maybe your shoulder, maybe your hand if you're holding a gun or something. Maybe if you're putting up a first aid, your arm will be extended. It actually does some damage.
Yeah, it's certainly...
Those pixel perfections.
Yes, absolutely. It does. And, well, in that you can also use DMR. But, if you talk about those one-shot, one-kills, and in fact, if you correlate it with PUBG PC, right? There's also kind of a brother to Car 98. We have a Mohsin Nagat. So that is that is also one of the weapons that I kind of, it's similar to Car 98, but somewhere I feel the bullet drop is a bit better on that one. You can get your shots really accurate, though it's kind of an older version, but it's still it's like a personal thing, I must say, but I kind of like that weapon. I really hope to see that in PUBG Mobile as well.
I mean, probably soon if we're talking about it. Well, we'll see all those things and whatnot happening. And, but if you're talking about this game, the game that is happening right now, if you talk about the stuff that is happening right now, it kind of comes up to a few things. The circle shift, that's going to be happening. And with that, a lot of teams, like 100% of teams, live teams are inside the zone, so nothing's going to be, you know, with them. But now, yeah, so it's moving towards Pishkova, Trevno's side, as we were discussing previously. And T2K, quite at the center.
Yeah, of course. Now, I think I will have to, you know, seek your expertise on circles.
Pishkova, I already said that.
Peskova is what you call out for, and I think it might be because the initial circle going all the way up towards the northeast, then now maybe you can see a curveball being thrown down to the southern side, but that is where all the teams are. That is where we won't see those bloodied actions that we love. So, you know, if the circle kind of goes on towards the northwest,
if not Pishkova, it can go to the northern side of Pishkova, and that still, you know, will be a win-win situation. Because now it's kind of what second circle, right?
Yeah.
From the starting of third circle, the water areas, if it says bye-bye to water, then it's on to the land side, obviously 100%. If it does not say bye-bye to water, then you can expect a coast side thing. So out here, final circles depend on how much are you with the water.
Yes, and I think we are gonna say goodbye to the watery circles in just a few moments. But one area that's quite open, that is where 7S are right now. That's the western side. If the circle takes a western shift, I can see so many places being wide open. So many teams have to rotate, and that's where we get to see all those teams, you know, going after each other, murdering each other down, and that is when we can safely say that yes, Vikendi is gonna turn red. But talk about Team 247. Well, they've been doing really good. However, they've lost down on Rahman and Khan. That's definitely going to hurt them. But this gives up an ample opportunity for Raza to step up. Because talk about the big names. We know Gaming is an amazing player. Khan, we know Rahman, even Vegeta is there in the squad. These lads are amazing. But alongside that, I do not want Raza to be kind of getting undershadowed, you know, beneath these players.
Well, we'll see what happens as 247 again, you know, is trying to take the fights as we are talking. A good smoke popping up, but just to give an adequate cover. Obviously, you have that rock as well, as we are talking about covers and whatnots. But now another thing comes up is that the circle shrinking, and the circle shrink kind of means one thing, that, you know, you need to focus on the ground, the good ground. So here's the analogy, right? After the third zone is where you have to strictly be inside the circle, because when then it's one or two things that the difference kind of increases with the damage, right? So in that you have good ground and bad ground.
No, I would like to beg to differ on this one, because, you know, with all the matches that we've seen so far, what really happens is that you tend to be inside the circle in Vikendi. If I'm being specific to Vikendi, then what happens, all these teams are so close to each other. When we get a shift, they all have to, you know, move out at the same time. And that is where we get to see more of the kills happening. Like BTR tries to...
but what I said is that after the third circle, you have to strictly stay inside the circle just to avoid the circle damage. I was talking about the circle damage only.
Okay. All right. So you are pertaining to the circle damage. But I think after...
Because that's what I was saying. See, you have two grounds. One is a good ground. That's where you are inside the circle. And the second one is bad ground. That's where the circle is moving. And if you're on the far side, then it kind of, you know, just takes you out.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, adding on to what you said, third circle is still doable. You can still stay outside. However, we do not recommend that.
Yeah.
But you can still manage if the situations are really dire. But after the fourth circle, I would say that you kind of feel that damage really hitting you. And that kind of starts hurting. But right now, what's going to hurt VTNxJyanMaara is that 247 Gaming are in the nearby fray. And they certainly have hurt Gunner. And had it been a bit cooked nade, I think I could have delivered. But, well...
good damage.
Yeah, it was a good damage. But Gaming does not really know that. Had that been a knock, then he might have pushed.
Yeah, well, northern side of Pishkova is where the circle kind of, you know, it's just a bit of the northern side of Pishkova. That's what the circle is doing. Plus, it, you know, says bye-bye to the water sides. And now, oh, this was a good one by Gaming. Look at that. Uzi, the thing is doing damage, and that actually takes down players. But now Raza goes down, just like you were saying, Raza. He was a crucial one, but Gaming as well goes down, and that is the elimination of 247. It came quite late. I mean, not the elimination, but still, so far, from 13 to 12, it took its sweet time, but then we saw a team getting eliminated.
Yes, of course. And that is just them being outnumbered. Team VTNxJyanMaara did have the higher ground, and I would have hoped to see something better out of Raza out there. He's just not in there yet. Hoping that he does it in the future. But right now, T2K, they've built quite a lot of hype. And talk about us missing MK14 in action. We are getting a lot of MK14s in this one.
Yeah, MK14s. I would say so. Airdrops kind of for this game are focusing on just the snipers, be it DMRs or be it bolt actions, because we saw AWM as well, we saw MK14 as well. But still, it just comes out how you utilize them, right? Because MK14 has a variety of uses. Just the tap shots, just the extended AR if you have extended mag if you have for the AR, or maybe snipers, you can use it for those close range combats as well. Right now, Zor, give me a good shot. Look at this. Has a car 98, is trying to spot the players. If he just takes one head, one good head, if it's a level 3, it does critical damage to the head as well.
Yeah, it certainly does. But right now, Danny. Okay, this is a player that you absolutely love, you know, Danny and Pikachu. That combination, Danny being a very, very good entry fragger from his team, and he's been so instrumental in his team's performance. But 7C's Nemo did manage to take a knock out, but Danny finding out Mafia Ninja, taking the Danger Man out of the equation. And Team 7C's have also been engaging with the players of DRS, and DRS, they are subtly struggling. They've had their good days. Yesterday they started off well, but today another disappointing outing, and being eliminated at the 11th position with just 2 kills. That's definitely gonna hurt them.
That is going to hurt them a lot if you talk about it. Bablu, as you can see, has an M4, is trying to move forward if he can, but still, the circle is moving up. It's going to be quite a lot of situation out here. Onto the northern side of Peshkova is where the circle goes, and Venom Legends at the center. So that means they are being contested. Exactly, they are being contested by quite a lot of teams if you're talking about it, because teams are trying to move forward. Team Bablu, they also have to move inside the circle. It's like 20 seconds, and then they have to start moving. 7Z's players are also needing some revivals, and that's where Fear comes up, just trying to give a good revival. And this guy, if you don't know Fixers, last game, previous Vikendi's game, this guy took down 2 teams.
Yeah,
2 teams. That was incredible.
I think that was a simultaneous kills that he was doing. Yeah, I was watching it from the sidelines, and that
was amazing.
You need to make those plays, and those plays will be remembered for time immemorial. But right now, I would expect him to pull off something like this when the real league starts off, when things actually start to matter a lot, every single kill. But with that being said, VTNxJyanMaara going in for the push onto its players of 10 to kill. Frankie's over there, but can Frankie clutch this one out? He's got his teammates in. Oh my goodness, Gunnar has instantly thrown down. The nades are not missing out there. Molotovs are definitely there, but where are the grenades? Zod being taken out. Now this has created an opening, and Frankie is right out in the open. That's a very bad situation to be in, as all the players of VTN are gonna march down in a single line. And well, Nobita is really fighting it out hard, but he'll go down. And those nades coming in from Venom will try to delay things, but no. VTNxJyanMaara, they look to stop at nothing over there and will completely annihilate the squad of Team T2K.
Well, that was a complete obliteration. Annihilation, yeah, that's also very well put. But now, let's see how it just, changes the pace of the game as we are down to single digits as we are talking. And single teams survival plus 6 circle is going to be coming up really soon. So that's also a tricky thing. Team Bablu still surviving. Every team is inside the circle except for Team SCYTES. So they kind of need to get there. And they... with that, look at this. This is the thing. Circle and PN crew. There are 2 things that are kind of, just taking them down alongside these players as well. And that's where Team SCYTES kind of lost the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, what we were talking about, those curveballs that have already come in. Now, this is a map really set up for Team ElementriX. They've had their bad days. They've had their bad games. But this one, they got no excuses at this. They've got the circle. They're at the best possible position that they can be. Well, they're spread out a bit. Now this kind of, is a bit dicey, right? Now you have to be very perfect with your positioning. You have to be very careful while you're engaging in fights, because one of the players being knocked out, then you would just forget that the revival will come in at such a close circle. But right now, Team 7C, this is a squad that is a very good performer in Vikendi. Let's see how they fare off this time around. They're still surviving. We've got 8 teams, and VTNxJyanMaara, this time they are angry. They are looking for kills. They are hungry, so as to say. And they've got their vehicles in. They've got good loot. I just hope they have good number of smokes, because we never can anticipate how things are going to be in the final circle.
Well, yes, we can never anticipate that thing. And slowly and steadily, we are too moving towards the final circle of the final game of today. The circle, again, shifting towards the northern side. That's where the curveballs are coming. Another 13 seconds, and we will be seeing another shift. On the other side, birthday boy for today, Nang takes down one for himself, but the kill confirmation is not yet. Now it is. Kill confirmation comes up, and oh, was that a birthday bash if we have to talk about it?
That's quite some bashing, but nevertheless, happy birthday to the man. And he keeps getting younger by the day, as we would like to call it. And well, ElementriX, they need to get this one. This will be a perfect gift for Nanga, so as to speak. But Detron, right now, let's see. Venom Legends. Well, they've got the chicken dinner in the last one. They've been doing amazing. And coming in from Group B, they've made quite a statement. They can be, potential threat to that first spot. But PN, Sandesh, taking down Prerak, will be eliminating him out there. But Venom SS. Well, he's still there, but he's got a whole squad right in front of him. That's, I think, Assiduous Esports.
That is totally true. Well, now it just comes to a few things, and that is, look at ElementriX's position as we saw the kill feed. They are away from all the terrorists, but still they are raining hellfire on whosoever they can find. But Mr. Yozu might just be in a bit of a mistake situation, as where he was moving. He is moving towards the team of DE, as we're talking. PN2 gets eliminated on the other side, and DE, they have spotted Mr. Yozu, but no! Blah takes down one from DE. That was a very good cover coming from Mr. Yozu onto Blabla's side, and both have to heal up for themselves. But now Blabla is someone who is looking for those kills, as another revive comes in from DE's side as well. But they have the upper advantage, but that means they are in the open. But no, they take down one from two different directions. This is Mr. Yozu's time right now just to confirm the kill, and Blabla will be the one popping up a first aid, but now they have to confirm more kills. ElementriX, can they do this? Will this be the birthday chicken dinner for Nang if we're talking about it? But how is it going to be happening, as DE's one player is spotted? Still, even if he's in those areas, he is still spotted, and that was amazing.
Ocean, you just committed a cardinal sin, and Johnny will accept with this fact. It's blah, blah, blah. They say it 3 times over there. That's the thing. That's the essence. We love this lad. We love the names. And they really come up with unique names. Poo Poo Man. We've got Orange. We've got blah, blah, blah. So many unique names out there. But yes, that was some good display of skills from this young lad. But Shanul, he's in a whole world of trouble. His house is burning. But he still is hiding in that corner. But for how long? He has to get inside the circle. The players of Venom Legends are having a look out onto with him. Meanwhile, the players of 7 Seas are in a different kerfuffle engagement with the players of ElementriX. But the storyline still remains. It's a 2 different fight going on. One side, we have CZxHIGHVOLTAGE Esports going against Venom Legends. On the other hand, we have 7 Seas Esports trying to compete with ElementriX, but ElementriX are enjoying their own sweet spot on the top.
But Nang is so away from his team. For now, he has to get inside the circle. He will be doing it, and sometime soon. That means ElementriX is right now, they have one player that is away from the team, but still they are fighting. Will this be ElementriX's game? If this is going to be a good one. Nang takes one more down from 7 Seas. Confirmation might be just coming really soon as we are talking. Memo, we'll have to see what happens, as on the other side, a kill gets confirmed from 7 Seas side. Fear is inside the zone, but not everyone is. As you can see, Mr. Yozu is against trying to spot the players if he can. We have 4 teams surviving, 11 players out here, but no, Nang goes down. Will be confirmed, if not by the player, then by the play zone, as we are seeing. But Mr. Yozu, what are you doing? You need to see forward, as that is where maximum fights are. Only one team is inside the zone, and that is ElementriX. Rest, each and every team has to get in to get those kills. But Venom Legends, one player goes down, all thanks to Mr. Yozu.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Venom Legends, they have to get inside the circle, and Mr. Yozu will find down Mimo with his pants down, but Mimo takes him down instead. Blah, blah, blah. Responding in quick succession, getting that trade off, but saw him. He's also present over there, as Fear will be marching down on the lines. Will try to take that fight against blah, blah, blah. Will he get that engagement right? Will he get the angle right? Fear goes to reset himself. He'll be popping a first aid for himself, but this gives enough opportunity, enough room for the players of Venom Legends to get inside the circle. Shuvo alongside Rafat is still alive. Can they make optimal utilization of this time, as Sonam finally falls down, and so does Assiduous Esports.
Oh, it is down to 3 teams, but the player number is something that is out there. ElementriX. Now it's under 2 teams as CZxHIGHVOLTAGE gets eliminated. ElementriX versus Venom Legends. What's gonna happen? Is that Venom venomous enough to actually get that chicken dinner, or ElementriX are in their element as we are talking? Numbers advantage is one thing that they have. One more player. Is this gonna be a good happy birthday wish as one player survives from Venom Legends? This game is ElementriX's. They should not be giving it to anyone else. And if you're talking about that's one player surviving, but will he be able to take one more for himself? No! Happy birthday, Nang, as your team actually wins this one.
Yes, absolutely. And with that, Team ElementriX finally getting that victory. This was a perfect gift by the gods of PUBG Mobile. And you know, the way the circle really favored them in the end and the way they held on. You have to give the credits to blah 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 and Sonim in the last final fight. Even talk about Nang. We did, you know, ask the question. We did make a statement that he was on the flank angle. What is going to happen? But still, taking down one player down over there before getting knocked out. Yes, the knock he certainly did not anticipate, but he was certainly doing his job right.
Yeah, plus you got to give it to Mr. Hyosu as well. A perfect IGL for the team right now, as we are saying. Like, this guy knows when to give what call. Because it's all because of this guy. Everyone rushed to the circle.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the shot caller, he might stay at the back lines, but he does majority of the job on the front lines. He pushes his players, and Mr. Hyosu always strives to drive his players to victory. But with that being said, let's take a look on the MVP. Who is that one player that is going to outshine everybody? And that is surprisingly Sandesh with 5 kills and 794 damage.
Well, that's a good number of damage, I would say, if you're talking about it. Well, if we are saying about Sandesh, have a look at one thing. Distance cover. Not a lot of distance, given the fact that it's Vikendi, plus the rotations are pretty tricky and weird. But still, I would say it's good. And survival time. Not the end of the survival time, but still, PN crew, they did amazing. All thanks to this one guy who is at the top of this game's skill leaders.
You know, had it been Erangel or had it been Sanhok, we could have said 24 minutes is really good. But in Vikendi, we have seen matches go as long as like 30 minutes.
Yesterday,
of course, you know,
yesterday only one happened, yeah.
Yesterday, you know, either you do that or you go all Ryzen, take 25 first aids, stay outside in the 6 circle, just go in for the healing, and you can clutch, you know, at least till the 2nd or 3rd position. But today was a very, very good day, and let's take a look at the top players of this particular map and who are the ones going to be following Sandesh up. A very good outing by Mimo. This is the first time I'm casting this player from 7C, and he stepped up well. 5 kills and 751 damage. That's a good number. Blah 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 is of course there, and 5 kills and 540 damage for him. And following up is our birthday man. 3 kills, 624 damage, and we've got quite some players from ElementriX over there. Even Sonim.
He gets a lot of reasons to cut the cake, right, today. So just as you can see, he's in the top 5 players for this particular match as well. Plus, his team kind of won the last game. So that also puts them into a very good position in the overalls as well. We'll be seeing all those things, you know, with the kill numbers and whatnot. So ElementriX is all the players. They had a very good contribution about kills in this game. And now, with the new point system, kill is kind of the only thing that you kind of need to, you know, focus on.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
if you're getting kills, the placement comes to you.
Of course, you know, as long as you're getting kills, you get that confidence, you know how to engage yourselves in those final circles, and this was a much needed respite for Team ElementriX. They have been struggling in the second half of the page with the kind of players that they have, with the kind of, you know, experience that they have, because if you talk about the South Asian region, Team ElementriX has always been at the pinnacle of it right from the start. So seeing them so low, I was kind of, you know, disheartened. But with this one good game, you know, things might just turn around.
And they did turn around. Let's have a look at the match summary as well, as we are, you know, discussing about all these things. As we say, 127 smokes in it. It's not the best, but still we saw vehicle kills, and that's one thing I wanted to see. 2 vehicle kills coming up. That's nice.
Yeah, that's absolutely nice. We love those vehicular manslaughter.
I mean, that's not nice, but see, I mean, for the stats, it's good.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, even 1 vehicular manslaughter, I would love that. Make that 2, I would love it twice. And talk about the knocks. 67 knocks coming in, 57 being converted. Talk about the smokes and grenades being used. 127 seems to be like a decent number, provided the kind of circle we have. But it's a good thing that 3 airdrops were looted. So players are actually kind of, you know, going in for the drops, trying to really commit over there, taking those risks because they know the rewards are really huge.
not much smokes and nades is one reason that I would say. One reason for that I would say is for this particular map, for this particular match only.
Yeah.
You know, most of the fights were happening in buildings. You don't need smokes for those covers in buildings, right?
Yes.
It was like final 2-3 circles when this game was out in the open. That's where I would say more smokes and nades were coming up. So that kind of changes quite a lot of perspective of map-wise and, you know, circle-wise and all those things.
Yeah, even adding on to the discussion that we're having, I had casted the PC last time. I saw the players of 4 AM talk about Nova XQF. These players just go inside a compound.
Yeah.
At least they have 2-3 nades being cooked out, all in different windows, and they would somehow catch someone. At least if they do not catch out someone, they get the positioning of the player and then kind of capitalize. So in the foreseeable future, we might get to see the teams, actually using that out. But right now, let's take a look at the map standings and see how the points have fed out for all these players. And ElementriX, finally, a good kills coming in. 12 kills chicken dinner, 27 points is what they will be getting from this one. But talk about the team on the second position. A much needed respite for them as well. CZxHIGHVOLTAGE, 18 kills, much needed. But the team that is being consistent, that is Venom Legends, which is 1 kill, but still 13 points.
Well, they made good if we're talking about, because they had that 12 placement point thingy with them. And Team Bablu, as well, as you can see, had 4 kills. And,
this is
overall
being very consistent.
Yeah, this is being very consistent when talking about it. Assiduous Esports as well. Yesterday, not that good of a day. Today, they are stepping things up, but still, yesterday's 5 games will be haunting them for a while.
Yeah, that will be haunting them, but it's absolutely fine. As long as you work on your mistakes, as long as they've learned from it, which I believe that they have done, because they started this day on a good note, they're also ending it on a good note. Does not matter if you cannot get that chicken dinner, it's alright. If you're looking confident, if you kind of wiped out a squad, you go home with a high morale. You know that you can do it, and that's the exact reason why you're playing over here. But as we take a look at the bottom half of the table, team sides, alright, this discussion has to come up. Where are they? The kind of performance that they have pulled out in the PMCO, winning in that entire region when we had the likes of such big teams, F4, PES, then Bablu, 247. They outstood everybody. And suddenly, they're not kind of finding that flow. They're not in the zone, I must say.
Exactly. Even I kind of missed that team sides that was, just, winning.
Boost, Abood, all these players, so good.
Yeah, those guys were just winning when they were going. If not winning, they were trying to maintain that top 3 thing. Plus now, previously top 3 means, you're getting still 2014 and all. So points were quite a thing, but still that was, kind of point favored. No, it was kill favored, but point favoration was quite a bit quite a big factor out in that one. But well, if you're talking about everything, let's have a look at the kill leaders as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the kill leaders, at those individual players who have been outshining everybody. And talk about outshining. Rahman. Well, he came late into the party, but he's definitely the the showstopper out there so far. And 18 kills, 3,492 damage. That is an example. That is just is kind of a prequel of what is coming for all the remainder of the players. But as we go on further, Gunnar has a lot of experience. Same can be said for Wadu sir. But Chari has also stepped up, and Gyalzin, he is the pick this time around. In the PMPL South Asia, he was amazing. He's continuing the same run.
And I would say there's one thing about Rahman. I mean, you can never deny the fact that this guy is always godly. No matter he came late, but today, 2 games back-to-back MVP kind of helped him a lot. Not just even by a smaller margin or something, it helped him a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It just pushed him right on top. And now this again, kind of breaks my heart because Team T2K's Frankie. Yesterday he was so amazing. That lad was so promising. Abrupt Slayers captain, one of another players that did not really play today. I do not know why, because he was so amazing in that Miramar game. But right now, let's take a look at the number of grenade kills. Which were the squads that got most of the grenade kills out there? And well, leading the fray, leading the charge, leading the leaderboard over here is gonna be Team 24/7 Gaming. 6 grenade kills, followed up by DRS. Then we also have Abrupt Slayers. Then we have Team T2K, followed by Team DEADEYES, guys. So I think we've seen a lot of grenade kills today as in comparison to yesterday.
Yeah.
But we certainly can expect a few more extra grenade usages.
Probably I would love that if that
Because
happens.
10
Yeah.
games and you just have 6, it's a bit,
Yeah, it's
not
not for the element, right? But still,
Yeah.
it'll happen. I mean, you throw grenades just so you can either not let anyone just rush in, or maybe all those things. If you catch someone in those situations, then it's a miracle. Otherwise, if you're throwing grenades, it also comes down onto one thing: knock and kill. Two different aspects.
Yes, and then in the mode that we are playing, right, we are seeing a lot of TPP, like say 80-20%, where we see 20% times players going shifting for that FPP
Yeah.
mode. Not a lot of FPP matches that we have seen so far, hoping that we get to cast a few FPP games. But TPP grenades are absolutely very essential before you go in for the push, because obviously you always have that defender's advantage. You
Yeah.
know someone is coming and you just peek out and as we, as the players love to call it, jiggle out and then just take a few kills. But right now, let's segue into the overall standings and see how all these teams are paired off after playing
Whoa.
10 games, and DRS Gaming still sitting on the TBD top. But 247 definitely are catching up.
So their previous game they had 0 points. If I'm talking about DRS Gaming, this game they had just 4 points. 113 is what they were. Till the previous game, now 247 is picking up a good pace. Highest number of kills is with 247. And once again, team wins, team loses, doesn't matter. 247 Rahman learns.
Yeah.
And that learning is put on to the next game. That's where I would say, again, 247 shines. We were talking about, Raza as well. Those guys, even if they are, just being the backbone, they showcase their talent.
Yeah,
so
of course.
these guys, gaming as well, these guys know what they are doing, and they do it in the best ways.
And with the kind of international exposure that Rahman has, he's got so much to teach to his comrades.
Yeah.
He's played in the Western League. Now he's also playing in the Eastern League. So many things are going on for this lad. So with the kind of experience that he can get into, with the kind of insights, and that is exactly what the Pakistani players need. They are good on those skill frags. Everyone is, right?
Yeah.
You need to know about those intrinsic details, about all those minute details, and that's why there are orgs that spend thousands of dollars on getting the top-notch coaches to explain to them. So with that kind of knowledge that he's got for himself,
Yeah.
he certainly can push Team 247 right on top. But as we move further, and as we take a look at the teams that are kind of in the the underlines, as we can say, well, Team ElementriX have certainly stepped up courtesy to this good chicken dinner coming in. But the remainder of the teams, let's talk about them. PAINxELMT, INES, PN Crew, R3D Esports, they are struggling. PN Crew certainly have to get in AppSec. INES have completely gone on a kind of a roster makeover, and it's not working good for them so far. But maybe in the foreseeable future, we might get to see a better display out of them. But one team that has really impressed us is Venom Legends.
Yeah, that's totally true. One team that has really impressed us, it's going to be Venom Legends. I mean, in the last game as well, they did decent. If not the best, they did decent, and that kind of just showcases their talent, their immense talent, if we talk about it. But well, now comes up one thing. We are down to 2 days.
Yeah.
And the competition, if I have to say, has just grown fiercer by match. Not even day by day. It's growing fiercer match by match. Because DRS Gaming, till yesterday they were ruling the charts. Even today they are ruling the charts.
Yeah.
But the gap, 117. While the other teams were sitting at what? 80, 70, 60, 117 and 100.
I think they had back-to-back 3 bad matches.
Plus.
Yeah.
DRS Gaming, they have played maximum number of matches for now. There will be a time when they won't be playing. That's the time where other teams will be, looking forward to go.
Talk about competition. I think Venom Legends is a squad that is looking really promising, and with having played the least number of games and still sitting in the first page,
Yeah.
definitely is a very good thing. But with that, we have finally come to the conclusion of tonight's event, and it had been an amazing day so far with all these teams, putting their hearts out. They were winners and they were always learners. But tomorrow we will also be back with some more intense action of PUBG Mobile. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, stay amazing, stay awesome. Bye-bye. Sayonara. See you soon.